Greetings and salivations, I'm Unthoff Neverborn, the abyss that slumbers, and you are listening to Eldritch Rants, and boy do I have a migraine. It's a pretty bad weekend for everybody, especially anybody who's in North America, because we've been hit with the Snowmageddon. I haven't seen this much ice coating everything in a couple of years, to be honest. It's -8, and that's horrible out here. So we lost Gwendy. I believe she actually perished in the wilderness. She sort of died a little bit there. So maybe we'll have to thaw her out next week. We'll find out. But we do have Farty, who is down in Australia where they don't have glaciers. And I hate you.
Yeah, well, so much for this global warming bullshit, eh?
Yeah, it's climate change in the winter and global warming in the summer and whatever the hell.
I reckon this is supposed. They reckon this is supposed to be the third hottest summer in Australia, but I'm down to one fan.
Really? Well, maybe it's improving.
Yeah.
No, you're warbling a little there again.
Hot. It's definitely not bloody hot. Yeah.
Man, little note, you're warbling a little bit, but I don't know if you can do anything about it. I think it's your connection. At any rate, did you want to start off with Florida Man a little bit, or shall I, just go through the usual random topics?
Go through the usual for a sec, or I'll have a quick look at this.
No problem. Let's start off with, I don't know. I like this one. Chicago pays tribute to its Haitian founder after Trump allegedly trashes immigrants. The only thing I really want to say about this article from USA Today is that if you're bragging about Chicago being founded by Haitians, you got a problem. Because Chicago's a freaking death zone. There's more murders there than anywhere else in the United States right now. It's, in my opinion, Chicago is a shithole. So, claiming we're celebrating that we were founded by Haitians after allegedly Trump says that Haiti is a shithole, that's not selling it for me. Just letting you know here. By the way, I'm not sure if Trump even said that, although from what I heard, and we'll get to this later, Trump is kind of denying it but not denying it at the same time. And I think that's Trump's way of just egging the press on, because they're so stupid. They're saying, Haiti isn't a shithole, so why are we taking immigrants from there? Oh, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I love one of the interviews where this woman's trying to destroy Trump, and the guy interviewing goes, so where would you want to be? Would you want to go to Sweden or you want to go to Haiti? Oh, I don't know. You don't know? You don't know where you'd want to move if you had to move. Really? You'd be fine with Haiti, huh? I'm sorry.
Well, it's funny. It's funny how they do have that reaction. It's like J.K. Rowling is the same thing there. Oh, everyone should open up their doors and give a bed to an immigrant. Okay, J.K. Rowling, you've got 15 bedrooms in your dirty great big house. How's about you let... Oh, no. I wasn't talking about me.
Yeah. I mean, that's J.K. Rowling. I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why?
It's all right for the virtue signaling, but when they actually have to put their money where their mouth is, it's a different story.
This is true. It's been pretty bad. I mean, when you're looking at everything that, God. Although
the thing of it, the
go
thing
ahead.
About Haiti though is Haiti is a shithole. But there's no bones about it. The locals know this. The only reason why they don't leave en masse is because they're too damn poor. It is a shithole. What's his problem? What's everyone's problem?
Well, here's my thing. When it comes to what is a shithole, your country can be pretty bad, okay? But not a shithole. It can be unpleasant. But the moment your country starts to lose population, okay? When you are having more emigration than immigration, you probably got a shithole. If you need to force people to stay, your country's a shithole. Okay, that's if your fishing fleet starts turning to piracy, your country is definitely a shithole. right.
If if you need America to fund just about everything, even your basic human rights, then your country's a shithole.
And I think that we can pretty much round up most of the actual shitholes in America and on the planet to, yeah, they pretty much either flirted with or downright accepted socialism / communism. Because whenever you get massive government control to fix things, everything goes downhill. You know, it's just the way it is.
Yep.
Anyway, shall we move on to California, which I hate to say it. What's that word from the Germans? Freudenschad, where you...
Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude, yep. California has once again proven how its, progressive government has not prepared for anything. Every year, the place burns, and thanks to not taking care of all their forest fires, burning everything, none of their mountains have any plants to keep anything in place, and, basically Burbank, Burbank and a whole bunch of places basically turned into mudslides. I got to see a video of Oprah after she gave her little speech where everybody was going, "Ooh, you should run for president," walking around in hip boots in her backyard when mud goes like 2-3 feet up. I'm sorry, but if you're in a state where you can't stop, I don't know, your richest people from being washed away by mud, you're doing something wrong. Sorry. And I love how up until like all these disasters, that California was totally like, oh, we're going to secede from the union, and now they're like, we need government, we need federal aid to save us. No, you're freaking rich. You got Oprah there. Oprah can pay for everything by herself. Oprah should fix it. You don't get one thin dime. Secede from the union, you commies. Holy crap!
Yeah. But they want Oprah as the president. All right, yeah, well, start getting your constituents up now. Pay for everyone's repairs.
I'll be honest. If she was going to run for presidency, that'd be the way to start. If she said, I will pay for everything to fix in the area, because she's worth several $1 billion, it would work. It would work. But you want to know something? I'm sorry. It's probably just her trying to promote some book or something.
Or just get her face out there.
But I will say this, since I do want to talk about this briefly. I don't have an article on Oprah. If she is running for president, she's going to have to do it under the Democratic Party. And if she does that, she's never going to get the nomination. And the reason is there's a whole bunch of Democrats who want to become president, who are career politicians. And they know for a fact that Oprah would probably kick their ass. So they are going to attack her on every front. Every front. The Democrats are going to stab Oprah in the back. If she even thinks about running for the nomination, she's toast. Because there's all these other people who want to be president who are not going to let her steal their thunder. I mean, it's like that one girl who's been complaining about Me Too. I don't know, that has been from, I don't know, what was that show about 3 witches?
Oh, fucking Rose McGowan.
Yeah, that's the one. She thought she was going to be the poster child for Me Too until Oprah stepped up and stole everything. And now she's like, look, you make calculated decisions. The moment you thought, hey, it's in my best interest to talk about how I made calculated decisions and sold out, everything she done has been a bad choice. Her whole career, everything. I'll be honest, I don't even know how she got on that. I don't know what, I forget. I can't even remember the name of the show, but it was the only thing she did. Charmed, that was it. The Charmed ones.
I know exactly how. Fucking, it's come out lately that she apparently was actually she either slept with or was raped by Harvey Weinstein. She signed a non-disclosure agreement, took the money, shut her mouth for all this time, and then she went against the NDA. And she reckons that she wanted more money. She could get more money doing the long con instead of, standing up for herself now. And she let everybody else in the meantime go through the same fucking thing. Now, she wants to sort of say, but I'm now the crusader for all these poor, silly girls. Nah, you're actually the cow that fucking sat there and let everybody else cop this crap all this fucking time. Nah, she doesn't have a leg to stand on as far as anyone's concerned anymore. Like, even if her thing's getting hijacked, like, the way that she got to where she is now, it's all her fault.
Well, back to the California mudslides here. On one hand, you freaking deserve it. On the other hand, people are dying. People are dying because of how communist California is. That's it. You're freaking a bunch of commies. You've allowed your government to destroy any infrastructure you had. You have no support. You waste all your money trying to virtue signal in order to bring in more poor people to vote for more Democratic bullshit. And your people are dying. Your rich are dying. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been watching the earthquake tremors. The whole West Coast is in a slow slip. I brought this up before. Next year, Earth 4, you're going to see a major earthquake. And frankly, if things keep going this way, you're going to see rich people who say they're going to maintain properties in California, but they're all going to flee. They're all going to leave. And they're going to, wherever they go, they're going to be like locusts, and they're going to say, we should be progressive here. No, you destroyed the last state you were in. Don't come to my state, destroy it too. But I'm pretty sure next year or 3, there's going to be a big earthquake. It's going to be devastating to California. And then we're going to discover, just like in New Orleans, which was, again, run by Democrats, that the people in charge have been siphoning away money from all the programs that are supposed to protect you from natural disasters, and your state's going to be fucked. Okay?
Yep. Well,
if you live in California, sell your land now and move. Because in about 2 years, all your property is going to be worth shit. But that's my prediction. We'll find out. But then again, I predicted that we were going to see a major mainstream media outlet file bankruptcy this year, and it didn't happen. So my predictions aren't so good. But who knows? I do know that some of them are looking at getting bought out. So at least I think I was on the right track. All right, Joe.
You're kind of technically right with the media outlets, because I think Channel 10 in Australia had to be bought out at the end of last year.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a bankruptcy, but you are going to see these places quietly close and get consolidated and eaten up by bigger places. But you can only eat so many small fry, and eventually the big ones are going to die too. Might be a few years at this point. Although with Donald Trump continuing to poke them, oh my God. I can't believe what he did with one word, shithole.
He was right, but...
Oh yeah. Yeah. Shall we move on?
Yep.
Okay. In Rome, a fake nurse tried to rape a woman in labor. Take one guess. Take one guess where the guy was from. I'll give you a hint.
Would it happen to be sort of somewhere on the equator, just sort of south of Europe, sort of north of Africa?
Well, if you were going to ask about Ali Abdullah, 38-year-old Somali, yeah, you'd be pretty correct. Holy crap.
Geez, with a name like that, I thought he was going to be Vietnamese.
Oh, yeah, you got to watch out for those Vietnamese. Didn't California have a ban traveled to certain states on purpose on its citizens? Oh, I did. I covered this one last week. I didn't remember. It might have fallen in there, but I just thought it was worth mentioning again because, it's all part of the whole devastation of the EU.
Oh, he finally did it.
What was this?
This Abdul Khan, he actually did it. He did the God works in mysterious ways, so that's my excuse thing. There's this joke with comedians that, like, with the whole term of God works in mysterious ways. The joke basically is, all right, so that means that I could be raping a Sheila and you dig right inside of her and the coppers catch me and I'll be like, I work in mysterious ways. Yeah, that's the joke. And he's actually said this in the courtroom in front of the investigating magistrate. He appeared calm. Why did I do it? Who knows? Only God knows.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Amazing.
Oh my God. He fucking did it. Smart ass.
Yeah. Here's more follow up on California here. That people are reconsidering the Californian dream.
Well, they don't have to. All they need to do is mitigate their bloody environment properly.
Here's the thing. I mean, for California, if you want to fix the place, unfortunately, you got to cut your expenses and you need to start prioritizing. And one of your priorities better not be anybody who is in California, get out. I mean, if you did that, you'd have so much extra money. But they're a sanctuary state now. They refuse to work with the federal government for deporting people. So, yeah, it's bound to collapse sooner or later. Back to Quequezuela, our favorite foreign country here, Quequezuela. Food riots grip western Venezuela. Mob reportedly slaughters cattle in the field. You know your country's fucked. When people won't wait for your cows to get milk, they just directly, straight up, just stone your cows to death.
Yeah, well, in North Korea, they've already gone to the dogs pretty much. So yeah, they can sink further in Venezuela.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I understand the whole, robbing a truck carrying corn, robbing food collection centers, that sort of thing, but just running down into a pasture and then beating it to death, 12 men. Wow,
You'd have to be fucking hungry.
Yeah, I mean, God, I'm surprised the place isn't up and open of revolt. Or maybe it is, and nobody just knows. But
well, they're saying they still got police and National Guard trying to control the situation. So you've still got that. Things aren't completely screwed. When they stop getting paid and then they start going, "Fuck this, we're hungry too." Yep.
Oh yeah, I mean, oddly enough, you know what I would like to see? I think if they went, they could just say no more price fixing, charge whatever you want for anything. The government will no longer control the price of anything. There'd be a couple of days of chaos, but eventually the prices would stabilize at something that was sustainable for the people making food, because that's the problem. I mean, we slash the prices in supermarkets so people can buy cheaper food. Well, yeah, but then the supermarket can't afford to sell food.
And then the farmer can't afford to restock whatever he sold off.
And
so eventually your food stocks get smaller and smaller.
Well, and it doesn't hurt if you're a farmer if 12 men beat your cow to death. But here's the thing here. The only help that I've heard about is they want to send them food. And the thing is, though, no. Nothing competes with free. So if we send them free food, every farmer left there will complete. You'll kill whatever internal farm network they have. Their oil network's already destroyed. You want to destroy their food too? Jesus.
Well, what the best option in these kinds of situations is don't actually give them the food as such, but you give them things like miracle rice and fucking all this kind of stuff, and that's only as long as these bloody stupid friggin' hippies don't get in there first and scare them off, NGOs and stuff like that. But yeah, like we've got crops that can yield 3 times the amount of crop cycles in one 12-month period. And we could send that stuff over there. That'll get the farmers to keep farming. That'll help boost internal production and all this kind of stuff. And then, yeah, that stops them from having this everyone's giving us free shit syndrome.
That's not going to happen. I mean, right now, politically speaking, Venezuela isn't even on the radar. Although I will say this, for Donald Trump calling Haiti a shithole, he should call Venezuela a shithole too, because then it would draw some attention to it. Okay, if I was in Venezuela and Donald Trump called my country a shithole, I'd be like, thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you very much. At any rate.
Yeah, well, that also might sort of shoot him in the foot too if he goes and does that specifically to Venezuela, because if he is planning something big with them and he alienates them in that way, it'd be pretty counterproductive if he's going to try and do something for them.
Oh, well, shall we move on?
Yeah.
Just because it's of interest to me, there's a measles outbreak in Sweden, which shouldn't happen because of the MMR measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine that's been around since 1982. But thing that this article doesn't talk about that I found elsewhere is the problem is it's a rather unusual strain that seems to have arrived from unvaccinated immigrants. Huh.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Yes, that's how we're getting it back in Australia too. Like, we've got 5 of the 6 that we've basically wiped out completely since the 1970s. And measles, mumps, and rubella, they're all making a comeback now. And partly it's because of the immigrants, and partly it's because of these fucking retarded anti-vaxxers, these people who think that the vaccines actually give your kids autism and stuff like that.
Something people haven't been reporting, and the fact of the matter is I can't find any information on it at all, is the World Health Organization. I think there's a shortage of the MMR vaccine. I can't find anything. It's like there's an information black hole that everything just drops into when you try to find out about the world stockpile of MMR. It's bizarre.
I'm not sure about the World Health Organization nowadays. They're seeming to go the same way as the United Nations, basically useless. It wouldn't surprise me that there would be a shortage. It wouldn't surprise me that they wouldn't be enforcing all of this, because they don't really want to be pissing off a lot of these foreign people too. Because a lot of the immigrants are saying it's against their religion and all this, and if the World Health Organization says, no, fuck your religion, you're going to have a jab, well, then they'd be in heaps of poo, wouldn't they?
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad that people are being hurt by this weird ideology. But then again, the people who are enforcing the ideology aren't being directly affected. Unless, of course, you got a mudslide wiping out your home in California, but I don't think they're going to put 2 and 2 together. So,
Nah, they're not that bright.
At any rate, moving on. Another Swedish note. Swedish clothing giant Hennes and Mauritz, or H&M, apologized for its advertisement of a black child after the company was accused of being racist on social media.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. What was
that? Finding the picture. He's wearing a shirt that says "Coolest Monkey in the Jungle."
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, though, but here's the weird thing. I've seen black people walking around with shirts that say "nigga." Like, that's all it says. Just big, huge white letters across a black shirt. Nigga. I mean, and they're walking around with that. And they put it on themselves. So if a black person wants to put on "Coolest Monkey in the Jungle," what difference is that from calling them colored or calling them, they're not, nobody else is calling them that. They're choosing to put the shirt on. So.
Well, they should see what goes on in bloody China and Japan, because like English is very prevalent over there, and they've got all sorts of things. Like, they'll have a shirt with a picture of Minnie Mouse on it, and it'll say "fuck me good time" on it, or something like that. They've got the most inappropriate fucking clothes over there, but they think it's perfectly normal because they can't understand what it says.
Oh, it's like that old story, which I'm not sure if it's true, of the woman who wanted a tattoo of a Chinese symbol on her back, and you wanted to say like hope or integrity or something like that, and they put whore.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never found a person who actually happened, but everybody's heard the story.
But I don't think anyone with that tattoo is going to admit it too. I mean, like, if you're a big burly bloke and you got "Poofta" written on your arm in Chinese, I don't think you're really going to admit that. Yeah, I got, I'm a steaming queer on my arm. Fucking. Yeah, no, I've heard of heaps of those stories, and it's like those guys that get found in chimneys and stuff like that. They're you hear those stories and you hear so many of them, at least one of them's got to be bloody true.
Yeah, I understand. Oh, well, shall we move on?
Yep. Yeah.
Alrighty, who is next? Man says he's the latest victim of owls in Georgia. And there is another owl-related story as well. Apparently, for some reason, across America in various different places, owls are attacking pets and humans. There's no reason for it other than a large owl tried to attack someone's dachshund. You know, those little wiener dogs?
Yeah. Dachshund.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then we got Outdoor Center warns skiers of dive bombing owls. Apparently, it's happening in Maine as well. So I'm wondering, what's up with the owls? Is there an owl conspiracy?
No, I've got a theory. It's the magpies. The magpies
Magpies.
have got the shits with all the they got the shits with all the Yank tourists, and they've gone and taught the owls how to dive bomb you guys like the magpies do us.
Ah, I got it. It's all part of the conspiracy.
Yeah, the animals are rising. They're coming to get us, and the dolphins are all in all their leaders.
Ah, well. Anyway, moving on. I'm sure you've heard of the what's his name, Count Dankula.
Dankula, yeah. I brought him up last week. Yeah, that just got too silly for me to follow that.
Well, it continues. The British police are still hunting down people who make offensive comments on the internet, such as, "I don't like grooming gangs." You know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like that comes under something like what was said to me at the end of last year. You know, that like the word armed is offensive, but like that's perfectly fine for this dirty great big building in Auburn to house a whole bunch of people saying Allah Akbar, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would find that fucking offensive, but they didn't care about that. They were too busy worrying about me because, well, I'm not the bad guy. And you'll find that's the same thing that's happening out here, like with this Northumbria police, and what was that? Pakenham, I think it was. They had another one with a whole bunch of Muslims, grooming and raping Sheilas and stuff like that, and people were getting arrested for reporting that to the cops. And that's fucking abhorrent. That shit should stop, especially in bloody England.
Oh, well, the part that disturbs me the most is we would also like to take, this is a quote from the spokesman, "We would like to take this opportunity to remind people using social media that they should do so responsibly, ensure they do not post anything which could be considered offensive." Holy fuck.
Yeah, but consider
I'd be arrested. I'd be arrested. Like I'm going to jail in England. I'm like, just running this, just talking under this, on YouTube. Because it's offensive. I'm sure I'm offending somebody. If I'm not offending somebody, I'm not doing my job right.
Well, the thing of it is, though, is that all these people that jump up and down claiming to be offended, there are ones that are actually offending you, but they don't give a shit because they don't shut up long enough to find out that they are actually more offensive than what they're supposedly being offended by. If that made any sense.
No. I mean, that is the case where these people who are well, you've got two types. You got the people who are enforcing the law, but they know it's bullshit, but they do it anyways because they want to keep their jobs. And then you got the people who are passing this law because they think it's, the right thing to do, and they got little tears running down their face. And they honestly, I've reached the point where I can't even say it's ignorance. They're just malevolent. They're just evil.
Mm. Yeah, well, it turns out it's reached the point where I can't even tell them to fuck off anymore. Fucking Jesus.
At this point, we just have to wait for the inevitable consequences. And unfortunately, probably the few people who are responsible for pushing all this bullshit, they're not going to have to pay anything. But that's the way it works.
But the best part is that when it all goes to shit and the world catches fire, they're going to be screaming, "Where's the fireman?" I'm going to be sitting back with a beer going, "Should have fucking listened to me when you had the chance, dickhead."
Yeah, you know what? I think that's why I've been playing so much The Long Dark lately. Is because the idea of being in a world where I'm the only one left actually is somewhat appealing on some level. Because
that probably explains Cold Waters for me. Like Jive Turkey on YouTube, like he does like 2-3 hour long streams, and I love that because I'm in a little world. It's just me and Jive, and fucking we're in a submarine, and there's no other cunt around. And if any bastard gets anywhere near us, we torpedo them.
Well, moving on. Rhode Island rapper whose song includes "sell drugs" was sentenced to 3 years in prison for selling drugs. His name was Montana Mills. That was his stage name, Reneath. But I'll tell you this. He was trafficking that heroin-fentanyl combo, and this guy only got 3 freaking years. He should be set on fire, torn into itty-bitty pieces, and then buried alive. That shit is evil. Okay?
He should have all that happening to him just for being that fucking stupid, for being that blatant in the first place.
I mean, although I'm going to
Like,
say this right now. I got to say this. I'm just looking at this one picture. A list of wedding guests were staring at her dress. That isn't a dress. That's like a thong with some... Oh, almighty. Man, that is total clickbait from Yahoo. But, man, I wonder if she actually wore that.
well, I'll have to click on it because it wouldn't bring up the picture.
At any rate,
Oh, so
let's...
it's not even that. That wasn't even that story either. It's actually the most shocking outfits celebs wore to weddings.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's clickbait here, but I'm just sitting there going,
Yeah.
man, you wore that to a wedding, huh? No. At any rate, moving on. Or do you have something comment?
Uh, like, but like, fucking, how stupid can you be though? Like, unless the friggin' undercover copper was actually wearing a uniform at the time too. Yeah, nah.
Okay, now this one, I don't even know who ASOS is, but they are apparently selling, get this, buttless jeans.
Yeah, there is no point. They've actually said this years ago when like skirts were getting shorter and shorter. I'm like, geez, you know what? The next thing, like even with hot pants and shit like that, the next thing you know, it's just going to be like a piece of dental floss that's just going to go between their butt crack and wherever else. And yeah, we're coming to that. I mean, like like the way things are going, you know, the next thing is just going to be you're going to be walking around in the nude with root me written on your bum, with texture or something like that.
I'm looking at this and going, this is postmodernism at its best.
Mm.
I mean, this because you reach this point where they go, what if we sold jeans that had no crotch or back or bottom, and it was just basically, denim chaps and a skirt that was too short so you could see someone's underwear. Brilliant! I mean, oh my god. And it's $125.
Yeah, and let's market this to stupid young impressionable young girls who'll go out and put themselves in all sorts of nefarious situations and then try and say it wasn't because of the way they were dressed.
Well, actually, you know what? I want to dispel that myth right now here. Actually, statistically speaking, the more slutty you're dressing, the less likely you are to get raped.
Mm.
Because the rapist knows that the one who's dressed conservatively is less likely to scream and cause a fuss. So that's it. That's it there. If you're dressing like a whore, don't expect to be called one.
Also, too, the ones that are done up like a polished turd usually have some fuckwit for a boyfriend who's going to bash you in the head for fucking looking at them anyway.
That's true. That's true. I mean, but oh god, this is just you just want to go. What are they thinking? Like, no, they're not. They're not thinking. There's no culture anymore. There's nothing worth caring about. God, I want to move to Poland. I want to move to Poland. I really do.
Those jeans, I reckon, be perfect outfit for Gwendy right now. Keep it nice and warm.
She bought a pair of these and wore them to step outside, and she never returned because, like she stuck to she leaned against the metal and stuck to it, and then she froze.
I don't know. Like those jeans, they look perfect for someone who has constant yeast infections and shit like that.
Well, here's the thing, though. When I'm looking at these jeans, that's a pair of granny panties. Those are granny panties. Okay, if you don't wear granny, you wear. This is wrong on every level. Any rate.
Oh Christ. Okay, do you want a Florida man one?
Oh, sure. Let's go with Florida man. Give me a Florida man.
All right. Okay. And this is about monkeys, not fucking. Hang on, I'll get one in a sec. if my computer will fucking work. All right, well, here's a Florida woman one. I'm just doing this because this is the newest one on there, right? So, a babysitter in Florida is accused of leaving 3 young children home alone for more than 2.5 hours. Janine Burns, 59, was arrested Thursday on charges of child neglect. One of the abandoned children called 911 after Burns left the home. The kids range from age from 5 to 8 years old. Deputies said when they arrived at the home, the children refused to let them in. The 4th child showed up and turned over Burns' phone number, according to the report. Investigators said that Burns, who was supposed to be in charge, told the kids that she left to go to Walgreens, but later admitted she went home to go to sleep. The child's mother, who was at work, called back to the home, investigators said. Right, so basically, her way of babysitting the kids is wait until the kids go to sleep, and then you bugger off home, catch a couple of Z's, and then, yeah, beat the mother home.
Christ on a crutch. Oh, I mean, God, you know, it's all fun and games until the children die, but Christ. Ah, well. Florida is just full of wonderful people.
Oh, but here's the worst one, though. I hate these. I always hate these. Because it's always the one little sod that you don't want to get these things that bloody gets them. 20-year-old Florida man claims $450 million lottery jackpot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you this. In a year, he's going to be broke.
Oh, yeah.
He'll find a way to lose $450 million. Trust me, it's Florida.
Everyone's going to be his mate until the money runs out. But the thing of it is, right, he's only 20 years old, and they sort of look at people like this, and like they're either 99 years old and they'll fucking die 5 minutes after they get the money, or they're like young, they've never done a damn thing in their life, and now they never have to. And out here, you usually get a lot of like we call them Westies. They're like people from the western suburbs. They're not all that affluent and all this kind of stuff, and they're usually unemployed. And you usually like see these little shits when they do win. It's like, I never have to work a day in my life again. And someone in the background goes, but Shane, you've never worked a day in your life yet. Like, oh, yeah. Oh, they shit me, those people. Not fair.
Well, it isn't just that. It's that if you give them an unlimited amount of money and they don't have any drive or purpose, trust me, society's not giving them any. We live in a society that's completely amoral. Give some 20-year-old $450 million and trust me, he'll find a way to ruin his life. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll be one of the few that are like, have some sort of structure and belief system. But I'm not.
Maybe he'll be stupid enough to buy YouTube.
Oh, that would be amazing. You know what? If I won $500 million, I would buy YouTube. I would, just so I could turn around and just say, you know what? I'm going to fix this place. And I'm going to run it into the ground properly, but I'm going to fix it. And I could probably fix YouTube. I probably could, because you got to get back to people hating each other and fighting all the time. That's what generates business. That's what generates clicks. You got to stop trying to stop people from being assholes, and you got to bring on the assholes. You got to bring them all. You got to shake up the whole YouTube website like a jar full of angry bees. That's what brings the clicks.
Well, the problem is if you bought YouTube, you're also buying everything that comes with YouTube, including its gigantic debt.
Oh, I can get rid of debt. I can get rid of debt.
That's the reason why. Yeah, this is exactly the reason why YouTube's doing what it's doing right now. It's because they're hemorrhaging so much money from Google. It's not funny, and they can't plug this hole. They can't sell YouTube. They can't even give it away. They can't pay someone to take it off their hands. And in the meantime, they're stuck with it. They can't just say to everyone, right, we're out of money. We're not paying you anymore, because the verbal contract with getting into the monetization system can be upheld in some countries. So you'll have people like PewDiePie who will go and sue YouTube for the next 10 years of supposed earnings that they might have had. And if you're talking about PewDiePie, that's a few $1 million a year. They really don't want to be sued to hell, because that'll cost them even more, and it's more sort of counterproductive. what they're trying to do is they're actually trying to piss people off with this adpocalypse, the PewDiePie scandal, the friggin' the kiddie porn stuff, the friggin' now this Logan Paul bullshit. And like the other YouTubers are saying that they're now just being arbitrarily demonetized for no reason whatsoever. There's one bloke, Dame Drops, he just does food reviews, no swearing, no backbiting, no fighting, no nothing, no drama. It's just he goes to Macca's and eats a hamburger and says whether it's good or not, and usually they're good. But he's getting demonetized for no reason whatsoever. And the whole point is they're just trying to piss the content creators off so they leave. Once you leave, that's it. You've broken the contract, and YouTube doesn't have to give you a solitary cent. So that's exactly what they're doing there, and they definitely can't fucking save this. Now, if anybody does take on YouTube, chances are something will get slipped in the contract there that you've got to support the content creators like the way that YouTube was supposed to be doing, which means that you've also now gone and signed on to pay PewDiePie his millions of dollars a year, and no one wants to do that.
No, I mean, that's a very good theory. Unfortunately, time will tell, but it does have some promise there that, like, yeah, if we can if we can kill the website, then it won't be as expensive when we file bankruptcy. No, I mean, I get that. There's that I can see doing that. I can. I used to work at a bank, and the stuff we did was morally reprehensible, technically legal. Personally, I loved it. Anyway. Real briefly, we already moving on a little bit here. We already touched upon President Trump. He's offering partial denials in public, but privately defending his extraordinary remarks. I don't get this. I can't find any direct quotes from Trump, and the source of this is apparently unverified. Of that he even said the word. So people are saying he said shithole countries, but I can't find any proof or quote or anything. And
there's at least 3 congressmen or 3 higher ups that were supposedly in the room when he said it, and apparently the story's got out that these 3 people have said something to their aides, and their aides have actually fucking reported all of this. So that's third and fourth hand information, but apparently 3 people reckon they heard him say it.
Yeah, but okay. You've got 3 people who heard him say it. I'd like to, hear from them. Because for all we know, we've got like some guy with a voice changer calling from a payphone to, his boss. He actually works at the New York Times, calling the New York Times and going, "Oh yeah, I heard Donald Trump say the word shithole." And here's the weird thing. Even if let's say it is fake, this is totally backfired.
Well, yeah,
it's totally back because the reason why... Oh, go ahead.
Well, with like just looking at it from an outsider, like I didn't catch the names of these senators or congressmen or whatever the fuck they were, but the general impression from what I got from the wording used during that bit of footage where I seen this from, it did give me the impression that the people who were saying this weren't really friends of Trump. Most likely the other side. It did sort of sound like a lot of bit of a shit taking out of him, kind of thing.
Now, there's one thing I want to make perfectly clear here, because there's multiple ways this could be interpreted, and from what I can't get a direct quote, so I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure if even Donald Trump said it, but I'm going to say one thing. If Donald Trump said that people from Haiti are shitty people, that's bigoted. I got a problem with that. Okay, because not every person from Haiti is a shit. In fact, many of the people escaping that shithole become very hardworking people here in America. All right. Yeah. So if he said we don't want shitty people here, I got a problem with that. But if he's saying, but here's the problem. We have this immigration policy, this immigration lottery that basically picks you based on your country of origin. It has nothing to do with who and what you are. It's just your country. Okay? So if we're judging people just by their country with a immigration policy, then God damn it, we get to judge the country they're coming from. If there's no other criteria, we get to judge your country. If you don't want that, then you need to judge people as individuals and let them immigrate as individuals and stop bringing people in just by their country of origin. Okay? Because that's what we're doing. That's wrong. Now, if he's saying that's a shithole country. Don't bring in people from shithole countries. If that's the only criteria, I'm with him. If he's saying don't bring them from Haiti because they're shitty people, that I got a problem with. Because most of the time, shitty people come from shitty places. Usually, if you take a person from a shitty place and put them in a better place, they usually become better people. But that's just me. Anyway, shall we move on? You go ahead.
Quick theory about this. Trump does strike me as the kind of person that would have this kind of an affliction, and how do we know he just doesn't have hemorrhoids or something like that? And he was in mid-conversation, they flared up, and he's just like, people from Venezuela and Haiti, and my shithole. Oh.
Well, I mean, he is 1,000 years old, but I mean, to be honest here, I think that the problem is that in their complaint, I can't believe the president said shithole. Really? Really? Because we got a quote from Biden, we got a quote from the president, from Obama. And if you're really offended by the word, why didn't you bleep it out? I mean, Don Lemon or whatever the fuck his name is must have said it 1,000 times. If you're offended by it, CNN, why aren't you bleeping it? Christ.
Yeah, but no one gave a shit when Johnson was standing over everybody telling everyone how big his dick was.
Oh, and God, what was that name? Oh, he's that late night host. He used to be on Comedy Channel. What's his name?
Kimmel?
No. He was...
Alan?
No, he was on the Comedy Channel. He pretended he was a conservative when he actually was a liberal. And
the bloody Colbert.
Colbert. You know what Colbert said?
Yeah.
Colbert said that Haiti isn't a shithole, America is a shithole.
He's from America.
Yeah, you want to know something, you fucking asshole? Thank you so much, because if that is the Democrats, I'm going to get that quote and I'm going to make it a whole when they start doing midterm elections. This is what the Democrat Party thinks of America. America's a shithole. Guess what? That's what they think. They think America is a shithole and Haiti is a great place. That is that they believe. It's because they live in this delusional universe where perception equals reality. Holy crap. When I saw that clip, I wanted to punch him through the TV.
You could also remind people of Paul Keating. He was an Australian Prime Minister in the late 80s, early 90s, and he once called Australia the arse end of the world.
I'm going to tangent here. This is why liberals and progressives hate Poland. Because Poland has pride in their country. They have nationalism. They believe in their country. I was watching somebody else's video. It was Aiden Paladin. What was it? The Polish were celebrating the liberation of their country. And just so you know, Poland got its ass kicked all over Eastern Europe for about 1,000 years because they had a problem coming up with the concept of borders. Okay? They had a good time about 300 years ago, but then things kind of went downhill and the whole region just basically became open season on whoever lived there. Okay? This is a country that basically it took 300 years to finally get its country back. And then what happens? They have some pride that they're Polish. Holy crap, what a bunch of racists. They called their national celebration of their independence a Nazi rally. This was from Newsweek. Do you know what happened in Poland? Do you know that in Germany they were work camps, but in Poland they were death camps? Jesus, but this is, yeah. Aiden did an amazing job, and being half Polish, I'm pissed as hell. I mean it. Oh yeah, the Russians, the Germans screwed them over. The Russians did even worse. And the problem is, I wish I wasn't having my memory problems, but I remember a couple of the stories from my grandfather when I was young, and then after he passed, I had people who were from Poland who apparently my grandfather saved by getting their ass over here, and they came to me and they were thanking me and saying, by the way, your grandfather, great man. They told me these. I'm like, holy shit. You know, it wasn't until after he was dead that I don't have any proof, but I think my grandfather was a gun runner. I really do. You know, I mean, he was smuggling weapons into Poland and helping people get out. I mean, I got no proof of this, and like some of the people who I were talking to, they were like, well, I don't want to say certain things because it might be, and I'm like, but I do remember this when I was a kid, because the Polacks, we all were at the Moose Lodge. Yeah, we have a place called the Moose Lodge. And all the boys, I remember I was sitting there and I was playing checkers with this girl, and my dad said, my grandfather came along and said, you need to come with me. And she said, can she come with you? And like, no, this is not for women. Mm-hmm. And all the boys were taken off to the side, and we got to talk to this guy from who had just come back from Poland. And the thing is, you must bear witness to this. And I'm like 6 or 7 and shit. I don't remember the conversation. The only part I remember is as you know, you're a little kid, you don't know what the fuck's going on, so you just say whatever's in your mind and say, hey, what's wrong with your hand? And he holds it up and says, what's wrong with my hand? They pulled out all my fingernails with pliers. That's the only part I remember of the conversation, because when he said that, I fucking had like chills go down my spine, and I believe for the rest of the conversation I stared at the floor in terror. So, but that's the fucked up shit that happened. Okay? When your citizens are getting their fingernails torn out by, I don't remember what was the Polands had their own version of the KGB.
No, it wasn't the bloody Stasi. It was fucking, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but you know, finally they're free, and it's like, hey, you know, I will say this though, you know what? For all the bullshit the Poland's been through, at least they were protected from social justice. Being on 24/7 lockdown in like a time capsule actually protected them. You know, that Aiden brought that up, and I think, yeah, you know what? That is probably the only good thing that came out of this, is that Poland, for all of its suffering, has emerged into the 21st century with a strong self-identification and understanding that, hey, you know what? We're not going to let anybody else kick us around anymore. Go fuck yourself, the EU. I pray the Poland finally leaves the EU. I mean, it cannot happen soon enough.
You know that rationale goes the same with North Korea as well.
Well, they got to recover and survive and get back on their own feet. They're not in charge of their own country anymore. I mean, honestly, judging how bad their country is, if there was any way for their people to get organized, they probably could just knock it over. It's probably barely held together. The reason why the country probably still exists is because everybody's starving, and I believe every week they have to get together and snitch on each other.
Yeah, and the saddest part about it is that the whole thing of the North Koreans not being oblivious about everything else around the world, that's actually a myth. They actually know a hell of a lot more than what they're letting on. The problem is they can't actually let on that they know anything at all, because they can't even trust their own parents not to snitch on them. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that the whole thing of, like, yeah, the Uns are full, or the Kims are full of shit, that's pretty prevalent. It's just that no one's really got the balls to say it, especially in a group.
Well, I just wanted to... Well, let's move on here, because we're getting bogged down here. I wanted to move on to the latest products from Machismo's men's fall-winter collection, as presented in Milan, Italy. And when I saw this picture, I just had to go, what the fuck?
That Versace thing with the GIMP mask?
Yeah, it's like, holy fuck. Let me get this straight. Men's collection, in 2018, 2019, everybody's going to be wearing GIMP masks. And looking like there's some sort... I don't even know what the hell this is.
Well, at least people will stop looking at me funny then.
What this is what happens when you let social justice take over. Everything becomes ugly. Everything becomes ugly. There is no beauty anymore. In fact, it isn't just these costumes. When I'm looking at the people sitting in the rows watching this, I'm looking at this one guy's hair, and I'm like going, it looks like you're being fucked by a blonde gerbil. Seriously.
Oh,
your head's being humped.
The guy Is that the one next to the guy with the silver like white jacket type?
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing one of those back in the 1970s when I was a kid. I had a big silver puffy jacket that my mom wanted me to wear so I'd be visible to cars at night. Jesus Christ.
All the models look like they're all off their guts on bloody heroin or something like that.
Well, I mean, but the thing isn't that. I mean, it's like then you start seeing some of the models, and I'm like looking at this one model and going, okay, that's a pretty nice dress, but your face looks like your head belted a sander. I don't have a problem. I think this is...
Is that the blonde Sheila that looks like she's got a face like a drop pie?
Oh, yeah, I don't think it's a... I'm sorry, I got to say this. I think that's a man. I'm pretty sure that's a man. It's because when I look at the elbows, women do not have elbows like that.
Yeah, is that the one with the blue and dark blue dress and she's got these weird boots on?
Yeah, it looks like she had a black... It looks like she had a black dress, and then somebody took a whole bunch of IRS forms, dumped it in blue ink, wrung them out, and slapped them on her like she was made of paper mache. I mean...
and she looks like she's about 70.
Oh, yeah. Her face looks like, like there was a time portal, and she like, hey, what's through this time portal? She stuck her head in, and her head aged 70 years regards the rest of her body. Wow. I mean, I know we're making fun of people by their appearance, but these people have it coming.
Fucking, who's that bloke? He was in the movie Bullet. He was also the bad guy in fucking Iron Man 2. Oh, shit, a brick. What's his name?
Although, I have no idea, but I'm just this next one. It's like half plaid, half carpet from my grandmother's floor. I've seen this carpet before on the left side of him, and it's like what? But why? What happened to symmetry? Okay, what happened to clothes that do not scar your eyes? What is it with mixed? You don't mix, and then he's got a fob chain, and a plushy man bag. What the fuck is this?
That Sheila in the blue dress. Just remember who she looks like.
Oh God. Oh God.
It looks like they got Mickey Rourke and just went, here, chuck this wig on. No one will notice.
Okay, now this one, he's got some sort of weird golden scarf around his neck. He's wearing this brown coat, but then he's got these sneakers on with red laces, and I'm like, and he's got that look of like, yes, I am better than all of you. I had my head shaved because, well, my hair was getting pretty stinky from being stuck up my own ass. I mean, what the fuck?
He looks like what Hollywood used to think hackers used to look like.
Yes, he looks like what a hacker used to be, except he's got a gold lame scarf on or something. I don't know. Yeah, but he does look like he's a hacker because of the sneakers.
Yep, and like, well, the skinny head and the glasses and the short hair. You know, I'm all European, but I've never left America.
Oh my God! This is the definition of Euro trash. This is Euro trash. And the guy has got a little V on his belt buckle. I'm like, what are you, superhero or something? I don't know. He looks like he built up like an incredible static cling. That's all I got to say. That might be his superpower. He takes his shoes off, he wears socks, he rubs them against the carpet, and then he zaps bad guys.
Well, if you go down one more, you can see one of the models she's trying to keep a dinner in.
Yeah, this is for men's clothes, isn't it? I mean, remember Grace Jones? Grace Jones from like Conan the Destroyer. If you see a man, grab him and take him. And when I saw Grace Jones, I was like, yep. If Grace Jones wants a man, she could grab him and take him. This looks like Grace Jones, but with a penis, and she's trying to hide it. Like it just popped up out of control for some reason.
Just trying to tuck it back down.
Hold on, I was tucking very well, but it slipped.
It slipped so much it even flicked the dress up.
And then they've got just number 37. Like he's the most normal looking person here, and he's number 37. Although I want to know what the hell raggle is. That's that bottle next to him. Maybe it's for if you're on the rag or something. Rag ill. And God, you know what the weird thing is I was seeing these commercials for Versailles on the TV, and I don't even know what. Like, I thought it was some weird TV show, and then I saw this, and I realized it wasn't. Like, and well, this guy, he's got, I don't know, he's got a tiger on him, and he's wearing a carpet with a polka dot hat.
That looks like one of those sort of rugs you hang up on the wall.
Yeah, no, that rug, that's like very popular Polish rug. I know that design, except for the leopard spots everywhere. What is this? What is this thing with leopards and plaid? I mean, what? Dear God, this is ugly as hell, and I'm willing to bet this is worth thousands of dollars. Who you would buy? This is the sort of thing somebody who is really rich would buy, but then never wear. So they said, yes, I own a Versailles original, but I mean, look at that. Look at the architecture. That is a beautiful room. Okay? And that, what he's wearing, would be a very beautiful carpet to walk on. But you don't wear it. You know, he looks like he took a carpet, cut out a hole, stuck his head through, and he's wearing it as a poncho.
Yeah, that actually looks like it should be hanging up on the wall in that room.
This guy looks like somebody attacked a 1911 Lewis couch. You know, one of those couches.
Yeah,
he's even got a pillowcase. He's holding a pillowcase. I mean, it's got a zipper.
Okay.
What the fuck? What the bloody hell? And what's with the baseball caps? Nobody wears baseball caps. The thing is that this guy, he looks so serious. He looks like, yes, even though I'm wearing a couch, a nice puffy couch, you know, that had a wonderful design on it, was wonderful for sitting in a smoking room, I could still beat the shit out of you. Do not make fun of me and my man bag.
Well, you see, like, have you ever seen The Sound of Music?
Oh my God, you're right, Campbell. So you're saying the building is turning into people. I want to remind people of something. I don't know if anybody else heard of this, but Google has someone in their employ, we don't know who it is, but we do know that it got to HR, who lists his gender as a building. He identifies sexually as a building. And they actually have this as in their HR. They didn't just go, you're insane. They said, okay, you're a building. They have somebody else who identifies as a armless, wingless gold dragon. And just, oh my God. This is crazy. But this guy, yeah.
I was just thinking the link with The Sound of Music, because that room sort of looks like the ballroom from the fucking captain's house, and you know, Fräulein Maria did make the kids' clothes out of the drapes. You know, maybe it's the same house, and Fräulein Maria is still there, and she had a couch laying around somewhere and was bored.
Joe, a deer, a female deer, Ray is a transsexual.
Remake of that, but they got Clint Eastwood to do Fräulein Maria's part, and they had to change a few of the songs. It was, I think it was, Doe, a deer, a female deer, Ray. Sorry, I shot Ray.
God, it'd be. I think
did a remake. They did a remake of The Sound of Music. Not The Sound of Music. The fucking what was it? Never mind. Go on what you're saying. I'll remember that joke in a minute.
Oh no, I think there was a remake of Sound of Music a little while ago, and it was like, I mean, Sound of Music already was pretty odd, but my God, I blocked most of it out, fortunately. Although I've got to say, this next picture here, that's a pretty beautiful girl, and okay, it's weird that she's wearing a sweater, lopsided sweater, and see, again, I don't know why there's a lack of symmetry, but, you know, I mean, visually, if it was just all black, I think it would be okay. Like, the design itself looks okay. It's just, for some reason, all these weird, disjointed colors are stuck together. It's like a schizophrenia. It's like a schizophrenic suit. Like the actual the actual dress looks fine, but it's whatever the colors are. It looks like they were attacked with a Photoshop.
Mm.
And the next one, my God, it looks like she's wearing a bib. Like I'm going to, like, you know, the lobster bib, except this is like a leopard bib. Like she's planning on eating a leopard. And again, she's wearing a carpet on her legs. I thought this was the men's collection. Why are there women? Oh wait, is this also for like if you're a man who wants to wear women's clothing or something?
Yeah, androgynous and all that stupid shit.
And then after that is the guy who looks like he should be, I don't know, referee at a varsity game. Except it has to be a varsity game for BDSM freaks because he's wearing leather pants.
Or he looks like the villain from a movie set in some high-priced university.
Oh my God, it's like, no, that isn't leather, that's vinyl. My God, he must make his thighs when they rub together must like make this squeaky sound wherever he goes. Just.
Well, apparently, when you wear vinyl, it really pongs after you've worn it. When Halle Berry did Catwoman, apparently, it came out that like when they took the suit off, they actually had to wear a fucking mask to like put it in the cupboard and get it cleaned and shit like that because she sweat so much in it, it just really, really stank.
And a picture of, I don't know, what is that? It's a cameo. It's a cameo. You know what's sad? I know what a cameo is. Wait a minute. Is that Scarface? What the hell is it? That's a stretchy suit. No, wait. But my mind cannot comprehend this picture the more I look at it.
Yeah,
it's like,
what are you looking at?
I'm looking at the guy who looks like he's a referee.
Oh, right. Okay.
The more I try to, like, see it, the more it makes me want to cut my eyes out with a spoon. Oh, and then we have a blow up of the... God almighty, what is this woman? She's got to be like 1,000.
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, it's Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke in a blonde. What is wrong with her neck? It's like, I don't know, some sort of horrible demon's trying to press its way out through the skin of her neck, you know, like that end scene in Constantine.
It kind of actually looks like she's so well adapted giving head that her neck's sort of got that permanent vacuum sort of...
Oh, yeah, it's imploding as we speak. She's so good at sucking people off that her neck, whenever her mouth is closed, it just implodes. And her hands, you know, this has got to be a really short person because her hands are so big. Like, those hands are huge. Or she's a real... I don't know. Like, this is... And then she's wearing mukluks and... This is the sort of thing you throw on if you wanted to run out to the mailbox and grab something, but you were trying to... I don't know. I just don't know what this is.
It actually looks quite plain and kind of looks like something that I'd see a secretary wear.
But the crazy thing is that when we see these people and see what they actually wear, most of them look like they're at a funeral. Like, when they can put on whatever clothes they want to, they don't put on this shit. They just wear dark colors and anything that blends into the background. You know, and they've all got that same painted lips, hair slicked back look. Ugh. Except for that one guy whose eyebrows are so thick they could probably secede from his face and make their own country. Ibronia. Is that wizened old man who looks like he should be like in a funeral home with some nurse wiping his ass, the actual guy who does all this shit? Is that Versailles?
Versace. Wasn't Versace fucking murdered out the front of his apartment, or was that some other fucker?
No, that could be, and then they brought him back from the dead.
Yeah, well, this cunt looks like he's a bloody mummy.
Oh, and the next guy, oh my God, it looks like Blue Tetris. He's wearing, like the next guy with the puffy shoulder, and does it look kind of like Blue Tetris, or like, I don't know, what is that?
It looks like a really dodgy version of the US Navy's digital camo pattern.
That's what I'm thinking, yes, it's like except you're trying to blend in when you're, I don't know,
Well,
at
the
a furry
US
convention.
Yeah, the US Navy actually has a blue colorway version of the digital camo pattern. That's their service uniform nowadays.
Actually, that's right. Oh, I like that, Jacob. Like Harry Potter convention. Because remember when the Harry Potter movie had like the big wizard ball and all the kids showed up for their like homecoming ball or whatever, and they all had those horrible, robes? This looks like they could go there.
Yeah,
Now this next guy with the blue suede shoes, he doesn't look. No, wait, that's a woman. That's a woman. Holy fuck, that's a woman. That's
that's a dude.
Are you sure? Because that next one, it looks. When I'm looking at that neck, I'm not seeing an Adam's apple.
Yeah.
Wow, crushed velvet pants, blue suede shoes. You know what? I don't think this is a horrible suit. I don't know what he's holding in his hand, but that actually isn't too bad. Two solids in a pattern.
I think I've actually seen someone wear something similar to that.
These next pictures aren't too bad. I mean, everybody's got sunglasses on, and this guy's carrying a man bag for some reason, but...
And he also looks like he's just come out of chest-high water.
Now, this woman with her pantsuit looks like she wants to frickin' like, I'm here to take over your company.
Look at the nose. Is that a weird nose or what?
Yeah, the guy next to... that looks like a Nazi. Like, I'm sorry, that looks like a Nazi, and she's... Go ahead.
That looks like they photoshopped each other's noses. They've taken the Sheila's nose and they put it on a dude, and they've taken his nose and putting it on her.
Oh my God, you're right. Like, she's got this huge nose that'd probably be okay on his face, and he's got this tiny nose that looks like it should be on her face. She looks like somebody punched him and it broke. Somebody punched her and it broke and it's healing. Like she's like, I don't know, some sort of bruiser.
Yeah, she looks like she has been punched in the face a few times. But that dude, like, if you have a look under his eyes, there's an awful lot of fucking space there that looks like there should be something else, like, I don't know, a contour line or something.
Like his eye, yeah, and I think his eyes have so much makeup on, that's what makes him big. Otherwise, they'd be really tiny. This guy's got tiny eyes, a tiny nose, tiny mouth, and there's so much space on his face.
And he's probably got a tiny dick, too.
Probably. Oh my God, look at the ears on the next one. And that woman next to him, I bet she could make your head explode by staring at you intently. This is from
like the Sheila that was from the Waterboy.
This must be from the Armani Super Villainous collection. Because that last woman looked like she should be like taking over a corporation and then like bulldozing orphans. And this woman looks like she can make your head explode. And the guy next to her has like... Oh, go ahead.
Don't forget the Sheila in the business suit with the funny nose also looks like that she can snort a whole truckload of cocaine in one hit.
Meanwhile, this guy here with his ears, man, like you could steer him with those. Like he could get lift in a good wind. Oh, and he's... Wait a minute, is that Paisley? Is he wearing Paisley crushed velvet?
Looks like it.
Yep, that's Paisley. Yeah. Oh, yep, and that woman looks like she's going to seduce the man next to him and then get pregnant and steal all his money. And he looks like he's wearing...
It looks... She actually does have this sort of like a slightly concerned look on her face, and she's looking back sort of with her hands in her pockets, about to come out and cover a certain orifice, and she's looking back sort of going, oh no, there's a Middle Eastern man behind me. I better cover my holes.
Actually, you know what? You're right. She does look a little concerned, and he is a little bit behind her. Like, oh no, is this man about to kill me?
He's a little bit Middle Eastern. He's a bit Middle Eastern too.
And he looks like, yes, I am wearing an all-black suit, and I'm about to just reach up, grab your head, and snap your neck. And she's like, no, you're not. I've got a gun in my shoe. No, or a knife or something. I don't know what those bows are on her feet. Oh, that's right. Yes, this is like Hunger Games. These suits, this is like Hunger Games came to life. It's like the Hunger Games predicting future fashion. Next thing you know, people are going to be walking around with hair that's like 3 feet high with little birds inside them in little cages.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God, look at this black eagle. Does that not look like a super villain symbol? Like that purple outline of a military killer eagle.
Isn't that the top of the Wonder Woman logo?
Yes, but it's all black and deep purple, so it's like, it's evil. This is like the first one was like what was it? Like the Hunger Games came to life, and now the Imperial Armani collection is like the Third Reich. What the fuck? That's the eagle from the Nazi party.
Where do you see the
Oh my God! What the? He's wearing a xylophone.
Uniforms.
He's wearing a xylophone.
Fucking uniforms.
That's a xylophone. You can play his chest. You can play chopsticks on him. And it's the only black guy, and he has this look of like, holy fuck, I'm so glad I'm getting paid. But look at his pants. Doesn't it look like he's got like a huge dong?
Well, the look on his face actually suggests to me he's sort of looking like, I'm so gay, I can't show my face in the hood.
I'm so gay. I mean, that look is like, my God, if I actually ever went home, they would kill me. Although then they've got one decent suit right behind him, and then we have this guy who looks like he's a lounge singer. When the dark bites and the bee stings, don't you I mean, something like that. Hey, thank you very much. Here, hi, I jog in this so people can see me at night. Oh, is this the servants collection for people who love to have their butlers humiliated?
Probably is, but at least they tried to get a look-alike of Luke Wilson or whatever his name is, Owen Wilson, who was in bloody Zoolander.
What? Look at the next one with the black guy in blue. What the fuck is that?
Okay, so no.
What?
He wasn't a token black fella. They have two black fellas.
What is that thing? This is, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna date myself here. If anybody is familiar with Doctor Who, specifically the Tom Baker years, there was this a long time ago. There was this there was this weird creature that traveled through space. It ate its entire planet. It was a skull. It was just a skull with like a pentagram on it, and it was psychic and evil, and it eats entire planets eventually. But when it manifested as this brass colored woman with really weird hair and could teleport around and suck the life out of you or turn men into like slug creatures. And they must serve her as a slug creature. And that thing looks just like the evil skull thing that eats planets. Seriously, it looks... I gotta find that. Oh my God.
Right. You know what I'm betting it actually is? It looks like one of those, Thailand
blow-up dolls? Oh my God, yeah.
Like, no. The religious effigies they got in their temples and shit. So they're usually fat... golden Sheilas with that sort of similar type hair.
I mean, why does he have a pissed off angel with a bow and arrow on his chest? Like, that isn't an angel of, that isn't the Cupid. That's like Cupid when he's gonna shoot you in the nuts or something. That's a pissed off angel.
Pip Boy in the nude.
Oh yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, that could be Poop Boy. That could be Pip Boy. And then he's I don't know. He's wearing a couch cover as a sweater. And that actually the mood ring on his pinky, that really makes it for me. But why the fuck does he have like some evil metallic bitch? Like, this is a perfect metaphor for like why if you are pro MGTOW, this is the picture that you just need to. Why are you MGTOW? Show people this. Because this is what modern society thinks men are. That you should walk around with a golden woman on your back. I mean, she should be made of gold and perfect.
Well, I want to know why they had the Dennis Rodman look-alike. Why didn't they just give him blonde hair as well?
I got no idea. Oh yeah, that'd be great if his hair was dyed blonde. And I'm not sure about the Thomas the Train reference because I've actually had to see it a couple of times, but I'm not sure. Wait a minute.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Thomas the Tank Engine. God,
Yeah.
who hosted that?
Oh, bloody Ringo Starr.
Oh yeah. Anyway, let's continue the shit show.
So it was not on the guy who hosted the Tank. Looks like something. Yeah. Because Ringo Starr used to have all that crushed velour and all that shit. Yeah, he used to be famous for that.
This guy is wearing a crushed black smoking jacket with pink lining. I don't even know what those... And he's wearing pink slippers. And he looks so serious. This is the kind of kid who gets raped by the designer. And then in 20 years will be complaining about it at #MeToo. Oh my God.
It comes out and by the way, Kevin Spacey's gay.
Yeah, this is the kind of guy who gets raped by Kevin Spacey.
And then just happens to be a fool.
Oh my God. What the next one? He's got a suit with flowers all over it, and then he's got the jacket with the fur collar that he's wearing on his shoulders, and he looks so intent.
Man, that looks like a really young Dennis Leary.
Oh yeah, it is. Like if he suddenly started cursing about things and then saying, "Oh yeah, I got me a really big car. It's got baby seal hubcaps and."
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drive around in this 1967 Cadillac Eldorado convertible, hot pink, with whaleskin hubcaps and all leather cow interior and big brown baby sea lights for headlights. Yeah, and I'm going to drive around that baby, driving at 100 miles an hour, getting 1 mile per gallon, sucking down quarter-pounder cheeseburgers from McDonald's in the old-fashioned non-biodegradable styrofoam containers. And when I'm done sucking down those greaseball burgers, I'm going to wipe my mouth in the American flag and I'm going to toss the styrofoam containers right outside, and there ain't a goddamn thing anybody can do about it. You know why? Because we've got the bombs. That's right. 2 words, nuclear fucking weapons, okay? Russia, Germany, Romania, they can have all the democracy they want. They can have a big democracy cake walk right through the middle of Tiananmen Square, and it won't make a lick of difference because we've got the bombs, okay? John Wayne's not dead. He's frozen. As soon as we find a cure for cancer, we're going to thaw out the Duke, and he's going to be pretty pissed off. You know why? You ever taken a cold shower? We'll multiply that by 18 million times. That's how pissed off the Duke's going to be, and we're going to get the Duke and John Tetravettis and Lee Marvin and Sam Beckett and a case of whiskey and drive down to Texas. Hey, you know, you really are an asshole. Why don't you shut up and sing this song, pal?
Oh, God, I remember that one. Yes, he looks like a young Dennis Leary. I'm an asshole.
I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole.
We need Dennis Leary. I wonder what happened to him. I think probably dead.
He's still going. Everyone who's listening out here, fucking, if you don't know who Dennis Leary is and you want to go and find out, either what was it? Lock and Load. Look that up on YouTube, or the TV show Rescue Me. That's a fucking mad show, that one.
Okay, do you see the next one with Paradiso on it? Like, it's not even Paradise, it's Paradiso. Do you see it?
Oh, little King Puff the boy.
This is what I imagine that Michael Jackson dressed up little children as before he invited them to the Neverland Ranch. Can you imagine actually walking around with a crown on?
Well, you know, it's even worse. The look on his face sort of gives me the impression that the only reason why he's wearing the crown is because he's the designated fuck toy for everyone afterwards.
Oh my God! Yeah, no, I'm serious. He looks like he's being groomed by I don't know, some sort of gay grooming gang. Whereas instead of them going after little girls, they go after little boys. I mean, you're such a beautiful boy. We're going to give you a crown. Then we're going to rape the hell out of you. But you're special. I mean, seriously, this kid looks like he has PTSD. Oh my God.
Yeah, well, it is Italy, and it is close to Rome, and, you know, Rome has the Vatican in it, and then...
they're selling this for... Oh, yeah, they're selling this for the priests.
The legal age for the Vatican for boys is 12.
Yes, this is what they're trying to sell it to gay priests, I assume. Although, wow, the next one... Oh, God, it's again with the crown, but that Asian guy wears it. He's owning that. He's like, yes, I am dressed like a fool, but goddamn you, I will ninja kick you in the throat.
Yeah,
Again with the
that's it.
slippers,
Oh,
though. Yellow
you know what they
socks!
say about you know what they say about Asian people. You never disrespect a small one because they're the ones a little ninja motherfucker.
I like that. This is an Alice in Wonderland remake. Oh my God, you're right. Oh, I'm the king of Christmas. Get me another present. I love that. That is perfect. Yes,
Mm.
the last guy is the king of Christmas. The guy with the purple crown, I don't know what he is, but he is like, yeah, he's. But is he? Wait a minute, those sleeves, that's denim. That's it looks like he slaughtered a number of weird animals and sewed together a coat out of denim and dead ferrets.
Well, the
I don't
jacket
know.
looks like it's actually more like what one of them police dog trainers had used on their attack dogs.
Oh yes, that is the sort of thing you would wear in order to like have the right scent. I bet he's got a very interesting scent. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, it probably smells like arse and Vaseline.
Oh my God, the next one. The next one
Yeah.
with the, what the fuck?
Oh, the little angel. He's got angel wings. Ooh.
Oh my God! But the thing is that it's not just white pants. There's a subtle design in it that.
Pink. It's pink.
Oh, those are pink.
They're not
I'm
white.
colorblind.
It's very very slightly pink, but it's pink.
This
And
is
they
the
dead set look like Sheila's pants.
okay. I'm gonna tell. I want to buy this outfit, and I want to find some young boy, and in the Midwest or anywhere, and make him wear this and send him to school. And then I want to take bets on how long it'll be before he's just gets the shit beat out of him. I'm thinking, maybe 2 minutes. Like walking in the front door, the security guard will just go, hell no, and just take out a baton and just beat the shit out of him. Because the purple crushed velvet hat really, why does nothing match? The colors don't match. But is that an inflatable crown or is it puffy made of?
It looks inflatable, but like if you're going to drop this kid off into a school in the Midwest, I'd actually reduce my prediction in time to how fast can you floor it after he gets out of the car?
You know what? I don't think you can actually carry anything in that backpack.
You probably can't.
You probably just wear it and get really annoyed at having to carry around that thing.
Oh, you know what it is? It's just a convoluted way of carrying around his security blanket pillow. So when he has a conflict of interest, like someone disagrees with him, he can, curl up with it and suck his thumb in his safe space.
Wow, this next one. See, the thing is like I'm looking at this kid and I'm like going, wow, and that's a kid, and I'm going, wow, that's a really handsome looking boy. Let's get that some nice hair. Okay, could be a little shorter, but it's not a bad look. Not a bad look. And then he's got like the bow tie, and it looks like grandma's bathrobe with striped with the zoot suit pants. Why is he wearing zoot suit pants?
This kid again?
He looks okay. Like if you don't look at any of the clothes, he's fine.
Mm.
And then he looks like he's wearing the zoot suit pants, his grandmother's bathrobe, and pink socks with slippers.
Damn it, I was hoping you were going to say he looked handsome again, because I was going to come back with, yeah, and I bet you that's what his boyfriend says too.
No. This kid is clearly being kept in a basement somewhere, being just this boy toy for the set designer. I mean, seriously, that's why he's got the long sleeves, so you can't see the scars where the handcuffs. Yeah, you got to cover it up. They constantly shoot him up with drugs. It's the only way. That's why his face is so dead. This kid is literally just has been just hooked on drugs, and he's basically hypnotized.
That's why he's got so many rings on his fingers too, so you can't see them shooting up between his fingers.
Oh yeah, look at the rings. He's got the rings. Oh.
He's got the rings. He got the little rings on his fingers, and he's got a very, very loose ring behind him.
King's Angels, again, it looks like more I hate my butler, so I'm going to make him dress up like a fool collection. Holy kings, angels. There's nothing angelic about him. And again, we had the black guy with the xylophone on his chest. Oh, my God.
So it's like the Broadway version of the ending of fucking Iron Man.
Oh, God. But what is it with the... Although this Asian guy, he has not got ninja powers. I bet he could barely move his legs without his ass ripping open in that suit. It is so tight on him. I bet if he tried to do a high kick, you just hear rip, and then you'd be like, oh dear. Oh dear. And then he'd lower his head, demurely move one finger to his lips, and flutter his eyelashes.
Now, he does a high kick, and all you hear is...
It's the blue socks and the pink shoes. There's hearts on those shoes. There's little tiny hearts on his shoes. Yeah, I'm with you, Jacob. If anyone asks how low can we go, well, we've reached this point. This is the Hunger Games. This is the Hunger Games come to life. Seriously.
Well, I'd still say that none of this beats their fucking arseless jeans.
Yeah, that's true. The assless jeans do go a step below her for 125.
Oh, hang on. It gets even better. Instead of going all upper class, there's this guy a couple down. Looks like they've just pulled him out of a fucking hedgerow.
Okay, well, we got the guy with the crushed velvet jacket, glasses when he clearly doesn't need them, and what was that movie? What was that movie where the whole point of the movie, it was like he was a normal kid who got turned into a British spy? The Kingsman? Was that the name of the movie? Yeah. This looks like he should be a Kingsman because he's got little crowns on his thing and a man bag.
He does look like Eggsy. He does look like Eggsy because Eggsy wears glasses like that too.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they look like they pulled this kind of.
He's got mushrooms on his clothes. Those look like fungus, patches of fungus. This guy looks like he's a car salesman. He's a car salesman.
The fucking scarecrow.
It looks like somebody stole the upholstery from a 1979 Gremlin and turned it into a suit. I don't know if you remember that car, but the back seat had a suit like that. Oh my God. And the guy back him looks like he's got the scarf from Doctor Who.
Yeah, all the bloke in front needs is he needs straw coming out of his sleeves, and he'll look like a scarecrow.
Yeah, if he had straw coming out of his sleeves, why are his sleeves so freaking long? One and two, the red shoes. There's something about the way he's walking, though. It's very deliberate. Like I'm an insane homeless man, and I'm about to strangle somebody. Because the voices tell me to. I mean...
Well, if you have a look at these shoes, it looks like where the ball of your feet is, it looks like that's exemplarated something chronic. So it looks like his heel it's like a reverse heel.
They're not shoes. They're actually crab claws.
Fucking what? Oh, that's probably why he's walking funny.
Yeah, they're actually like the claws from a crab on both feet, and that's why he's walking funny. And they have little pieces of white on the side there, but otherwise they're crab claws. And when he does a high kick, he cuts you. He snaps at your throat and he rips it out. Just this is a super villain. This is like a mutant.
Yeah, this is actually the super villain from the bloody Kingsman. the Sheila in the first has weapons on her feet.
Oh my God, yes. I mean, seriously. What the... I didn't mean to make this entire stream about mocking these clothes, but and this guy's got his zipper and his collar form an arrow pointing at his head, and I expect on his crotch a little sign that says, "I'm with stupid." And the shoes, my God, it looks like they're duct taped together with baggy pants.
Looks like he's got mountain climbing gluts on him.
I think.
You have a look at the bloke.
No, the jacket. I think I had that jacket when I was a kid. My grandmother sewed it for me. She was originally going to make a quilt, and then she turned it into a jacket. I was like maybe 6 at the time.
I know what they're doing with the bloke behind him though. He's got the Edmund Hillary fucking look going.
The guy behind him, is he wearing ski boots?
Yeah, yeah. It looks like he's wearing like mountain climbing gear. He looks like Sir Edmund Hillary, the bloke who climbed Everest.
You're like, hoo-hoo! Oh my god.
Tenzing, his Sherpa. I actually knew fucking Tenzing's fucking his nephew. Lived in Oatley in Sydney. Yeah.
And the next guy, I don't even know how to describe the suit. He's just wearing a brown bag with sleeves. No.
That looks like a Russian fucking pressure suit that fighter pilots wear, but they've taken all the lacings out of the torso part.
Yes, and he's wearing galoshes. He looks like he's a except, he looks like he's a Russian fighter pilot. He doesn't have the headgear. He's wearing a pair of galoshes, and wait. See, I'm having flashbacks to Doctor Who and all of this. Back when Doctor Who went back in time to visit, what was his name? The guy who created the Daleks. This looks like those weird mutant people who lived in the radioactive wasteland.
Wait. Before you look at the next one, get a bucket.
All right. I got a bucket. Oddly enough, right. I do have a bucket next to me. Scrolling to the next one.
Yeah.
Remember Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy when Arthur Dent was forced to spend the rest of the book traveling around in his bathrobe because the Earth blew up?
Mm.
He looks like God, you're right. That is really bad. Yellow checkered.
Me, right,
what is it with the galoshes?
Oh, Christ. If that photo was in black and white, it'd dead set look like a stock photo from like some nondescript newspaper in England from 1954 or something like that.
Yes, wait a minute. There was this picture from like the Dust Bowl era where there was this woman sitting on a porch with her children and they were all starving, and if it was in black and white, she would look like that woman from the Dust Bowl era.
She looks like, well, that's a dude for a start, because you can clearly see it's fucking Adam's apple. But
oh my God, you're right.
The 1920s type of thing. That's why I said get a bucket.
Oh my God, this is a 19. Wait a minute, his hair. Does he have hairpins in his hair? Like he's wearing hairpins.
Looks like it. It even looks like it's got an earring on it too.
Yeah, he's got earrings and a hairpin, and it's a dude, and he's wearing, I don't know, the same outfit from a refugee from the Dust Bowl. Huh.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. Refugees from like fucking like bloody Nazi occupation and shit.
Again, you look like you just threw on your bathrobe. And you've got a full Windsor tie. You've got the full Windsor, I'll give you that. That actually isn't a bad sweater. Although the accessory of the little, I don't know, gingerbread man being hung on a necklace with, I don't know, what is that? Is that like shark teeth? And he's got a newspaper under his arm, I think. Is that a newspaper? Is he carrying a newspaper?
Looks like a bottle of water. Oh, no, that's a rolled up newspaper, and that shit on his necklace thingies, they're like charm trinket shit things. But yeah, you've already had the Doctor Who and the Tom Baker reference. Now we've got some bastards actually dressed like him.
Yeah, if he just had the multicolored tie. And you know what really disturbs me is in the background, those women back there. There's that one guy who's just looking so fucking bored. But, what the fuck? Wait a minute, where are they? They look like this is actually being held in some sewer tunnel. Is it just me, or does it look like the background there actually went to a sewer tunnel to exhibit these?
Carpet. It's definitely
No, oh, okay.
floor.
Oh, you sure? Because it looks like gravel to me. Maybe I'm going
It's
blind.
definitely carpet.
Well, it's all the lighting. It looks like that. Well, I mean, it looks like to me like they're in a sewer tunnel with really bad lighting. And, if a rat ran past and now we have the big summary again, the homeless guy. No, wait, I think that might be somebody who's trying to be a professor. What the
He kind of Bill Bailey. He kind of looks to me like that's what Bill Bailey wears on a Saturday night, Saturday Arvo. He's a British comedian. He looks like he's been pulled out of a hedge as well.
Okay, well, in this next picture, clearly the top shirt of the guy in front is supposed to go with the pants on the guy in the background, and somebody screwed up, and now he doesn't have them both together. But you know what? The new operating system, I think it's for PC, like where when you click on the little window icon, it brings up all those weird windows, the colored windows.
Yeah.
He looks like he's got that screensaver.
The apps page. It's the apps
He's
page.
the apps page. He's wearing an apps page.
I reckon what probably happened between these two is that like they've gone, one of you's got to wear the squared outfit, and they've both gone, no, we're not wearing the full square outfit. And they go, no, you got to wear the full square outfit. And one goes, no, fuck off, I'm not wearing the full one. I'll wear the jacket. And the other guy goes, I'll wear the pants, but we're not wearing both at the same time. Fuck off.
Wait a minute. The front guy. Are his boots actually made of felt and Velcro and foam?
They probably are.
They look like they're made out of felt, Velcro, and foam. And it looks like his pants are made from a Glad bag. Huh.
The next one looks like he should be like the little emperor of fucking Japan or something.
Oh, what was that? The King and I. Yes, this looks like the King and I. If you took away the foam shoes. Those are... Dude, are those space pants? Because they look like they're from a spaceman.
Yeah, they look like they got like an O-ring locking system on the bloody hems.
Yes, it looks like an O-ring. Like that should be a spacesuit.
Oh,
and then he's got an earring.
Check the next one out. They just gave up.
Yes, they just gave up, and they gave somebody a pair of galoshes, some high socks, and a blanket.
Oh, here, have this beanie as well.
Here, put a beanie on. It's like, we need one more suit. Here, grab this blanket, throw it on. Here, have some galoshes and a toque. What the fuck? How much? I wish we had the prices with this shit because I want to know how much that is. Here's the one thing I don't see in any of these pictures. I don't see people clapping.
Well, if you thought that one with the blanket was bad, somehow the next one's even worse.
Okay, there's something about this next one that doesn't look cool. I mean, it's...
No, it just somehow seems worse than the last one, even though it just also seems not so bad at the same time.
Is he... No, he's not wearing a back... What's wrong with his shoulder? What's wrong? There's something... No, wait. Okay. This is... No. What is it? It doesn't look like he's actually wearing the jacket. I mean, his arms are not right.
It kind of looks like he's standing behind it.
Yeah, it looks like he's standing behind his clothes and not wearing them.
Jesus Christ!
Like those aren't his arms. Those are the arms of a midget, a midget standing in front of him.
The mannequin that's wearing the suit.
Oh yeah, Mom made you wear this, and then he's got the hair covering one eye, like I am so emo. And I think the trinkets are like, I worked with people who are mentally and physically disabled, people with the mentality of 4-year-olds, and I think we made one of those rings once. Like we had everybody just sit there with yarn and wrap them around little plastic rings.
Yeah, I think I've actually seen them in like touristy shops around here too, like surfy touristy trinket shit crap.
And then he's got, I don't know, the whitest sneakers I've ever seen. And why are his pants dragging on the ground? And he's got a scarf that... Or is that a scarf? That's just hiding his penis, I think. That's his redeeming. Because he's so mutant. He's got really long arms, and his penis is really long, so they have to cover it with that brown scarf.
Or is that just a ridiculous belt?
And are his pants covered with Sudokus? Are those like blank Sudokus?
Something like that.
Aye.
Yeah, I see those pants, and they just have this...
Dude,
geometry.
We need to do like fashion segments sometime. We just got to find more of this stuff and go through because this is hysterical. Now the next guy, he isn't actually showing off any clothes. What people don't realize is they are actually in a sewer, and this is one of the sanitation workers who's coming through to clean up. He's like, what the fuck are you people doing here? I've got a water main break about 2 blocks down. And I go, what the fuck is it? He looks like he should be like, I don't know, on a fisherman's boat if it was full of bondage freaks.
Isn't there a scene from American Psycho where Christian Bale or whatever he was, he's just murdered some cunt. He's in a white spoof suit like this, and I think he does have some rubber shirt on underneath it. And this bloke looks a little bit like that fella too. Sorry, they just
yes,
fucking movies and stuff.
Yes, this is the suit that you wear if you're going to kill somebody, chop them up with a chainsaw, dissolve their body in acid, and flush them down the bathtub. I bet you blood washes right off it. This is from our Psycho Murderer collection. Holy fuck.
Yeah, this is all like from TV shows and movies. Like, look how many bloody Doctor Who references we've had so far alone.
Okay, have you ever watched, what is it with those, Supernatural? Have you ever seen the show Supernatural?
Not really.
The guy who plays Death itself, this guy looks like Death. He's got that same gaunt look. This is Death. This is Death wearing the suit that he's going to murder you in, and then when he's done, he's just going to, wash himself off with a hose.
Either that or he's already committed the murder and he's walking out and he's just flat-eyes, and the first person he's seen is just like, yeah, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah, right now he's like, boy, these guys are going to be surprised when they find out how many dead bodies I've stacked up in the changing room. I could not stand these clothes, so everybody wearing them had to die.
These people won't be clapping once they find out who we had for dinner.
Oh my God, in this next picture with that woman, she literally has horns. She has horns on her head. No, she's just the devil with horns on her head. And this is a bondage. What the fuck? That guy, I saw him. Do you remember?
No.
You go ahead.
The one that's blurry, I've seen fucking a picture of that, of Axl Rose.
There was this movie called, Police Academy, where at one point there was a running gag of this gay bar. I think it was called the Blue something.
The Blue Oyster.
The Blue Oyster. This guy, this guy belongs in the Blue Oyster. This guy, guy with that hat, the blurry guy with the open chest. He should be pole dancing at the Blue Oyster. You're scared, I'm scared. We are all scared. How did this get produced? What happened to Beauty? Seriously, what happened to Beauty?
Shit.
Meanwhile, the guy's wearing a hat covered with random.
Hell.
I don't know. He looks like.
Fucking.
Oh.
No, scroll down. Scroll down.
What the fuck?
Yep. Oh my god! I didn't think I thought I was really, really weird. This is like shit that's a screenshot out of like some of my sexual fucking fantasies, and I thought I was really weird, but apparently this is fucking normal.
Is that the hat from the Flying Nun? It's like the Flying Nun's evil opposite from hell. Oh my god! I'm sure that the Muslims would approve of it, but
no! You can see too much lip.
Oh my god!
You can see too much top lip.
With that guy next to him, that looks like. Oh, why do I keep having flashbacks every time I see this? It's like Wesley Crusher. It's like Wesley Crusher, you know. I don't know. Like, did he have his chest waxed?
Hermione. Fucking Hermione with no hair. What's her name?
And of course, I don't know what's. God, this is the Hunger Games, because I think I remember the little devil horns, and this one woman's just wearing her underwear.
Yeah, the brunette Sheila with the horns. Yeah, she kind of looks a little bit like Mila Jovovich at first glance.
Although, what is it with that? I mean, it's a zoot suit with a gimp mask and the flying nun hat made of leather.
That just looks like a good night to me.
Aye. Catwoman mixed with Green Hornet. Oh my God. And then this next picture. This is what happens if the progressives ever take over. You see that crowd? That is the crowd that will be coming for us. They will just be marching up to us and say, "You are not dressed well. We will now kill you. We will now assimilate you." And the thing is, though, you actually can defeat them just by, bitch slapping them with the back of your hand. Except for that one guy on the side who looks like he's a fisherman with that beard. Oh. He looks like he's a fisherman. He's got the fisherman hat. He should be like pulling in lines that are attached to cages to catch crabs. And the other guy's just wearing
He's got the Muzzo neckbeard too, like so that I could actually more imagine him yelling profanities at someone who molested his girlfriend, wife.
I need to change the description to say not for anybody under the age of 18. Holy crap! We must protect the children.
Well, wait till you see
and then I think we're back to. Was this the one that started the gimp mask?
Yeah, no. I think it might have been, but she looks like she's in pain. But look at her chest, where the light shines off her belly. Right, it looks like there's some sort of fluids that were there that had dried.
Oh my God, you're right. That could be a reflection, or it could be that they. Oh God, you're right. Yeah, somebody. Yeah, all over her, and then they said, "Okay, now the design is let that dry for 3 hours, and then you can walk out." She had to lie there. Oh my God, what the fuck is this? The zippers that you can open up her belly? So you can, sacrifice her on an altar? What the fuck? I don't want to have to stab her through the gimp suit, so we just open this up, and that's where we stick the knife when we sacrifice her to Mammon Ra. Holy fuck. See, now, even Catwoman will wear this. Nazi Catwoman.
I want the something about Mary version where it's the Sheila, where she goes and zips something up a bit too fast and gets something caught between the teeth.
Is that a man with implants?
What, the one
next one down? Dress? The next one where he looks like he's wearing a shag carpet.
Yeah, well, shit, I hope it's not a fucking dude, because I'd fuck it.
I don't know. Those lips are pretty... the contours on and the show, it's not right. Those proportions are not right. No human. And how do you lace that up? Seriously, it'd take an hour to lace those boots.
I don't care because I'm not taking them
off.
Oh,
what? You know what? That's not a skirt that she just hasn't shaved in a really long time. That's all from the crotch.
70s action. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
70s Bush.
Okay, we saw the assless pants, and now we have the shoulderless suit.
Yeah. That has suspenders.
What? Leather gloves.
He's like from Speed Racer.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're right. This is a Speed Racer villain. Oh my God. No, wait. If he was all in black and white and made for pencil drawings, he'd be from that video. Take on
me.
Take on me. Oh my God, yes. He needs a 13 on his forehead and a wrench so he can beat the singer. Oh.
Oh dear.
And then there's the most serious man ever wearing. He's blind, by the way. He has no eyes behind those glasses. There are no.
He's like.
If he removes.
Looks like he's gonna come up to you and he's gonna stand up to you and all this, and then you flick him on the end of the nose and he goes.
Yeah, I'm short. I'm wearing the stupidest suit ever. I'm still gonna fucking murder you. Oh, I will admit, he does look like the type of person who could murder you. Oh. Although we get a close-up of the guy with the beard that isn't a hat. It looks like he's wearing a black version of that thing from the Devo. Do. Crap that whip. Or maybe that isn't a beard. That's a chin strap holding it on.
Hang on.
Oh. I don't know.
Crack that whip.
Nicole Kidman. That woman behind him looks like Nicole Kidman. Oh.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, my God. Oh. Must go to the same plastic surgeon. Yeah, this is Terminator. This is stuff where robots need to come back from the future, kill these people, and then look at the rest of us and just say, you're welcome. And it looks like everybody behind them is wearing hats from, like, the First Order from the new Star Wars movies.
Well, the one directly behind bloody short shitty with the glasses, he looks like bloody General Hux or whatever his name is. He's got the grey suit and everything.
Now, the next guy, he's got the best in chemo. It's the new chemo collection.
But he's still got his eyes.
When you're wearing your bathrobe and you want to cover up your head because all your hair has fallen out along with your eyebrows, take from the Isabel Benito Camel collection for chemo. Holy crap. What is it with weird moles, too?
I don't know. Not enough skin protection, I say.
Oh my God! I've seen that guy. Looks like he should be like at a Star Wars convention.
Star Wars convention?
Yeah, I was just about to, because he's got like a little Obi-Wan, like little thing around his neck, and he looks like a gamer. He does. He looks like a gamer, and he looks a little bit sad. I'm looking at his eyes, and he's like, "What did I do? What did I do to get here? How did I get here? Oh God, oh God!" He does look like he's been crying.
It's like, I've been a Jedi all my life, and these bloody Trekkies have been taking the fucking piss out of me. I tried to get in with them, and I went through that stupid fucking Discovery crap. Now they're taking the piss out of me even more.
Is that guy wearing a scarf made of stars in the background?
I believe he is. Either that, or it's a dirty, great big jacket, and he's just a really big fat bastard.
That is a weird look on his face. He looks like he's in a wind tunnel. Or like he's in one of those things that they spin around really fast to up the G-forces. His face looks like he's permanently G-forced.
Centrifuge.
Yeah, he's in a centrifuge. He looks like he just got out of a centrifuge and his face stuck that way.
Yeah, but that jacket, that does look like it's like when
oh my God, you look like Jacob. You're right.
In the
take Kylo Ren and combine it with the college professor with the freakishly long neck. That's him. Remember that college professor on I forget, on Fox with the weird neck? Oh, you didn't see that, did you?
Probably not.
Oh, you've got to see it. He's this college professor who's got long curly hair. He's such a commie. He's so condescending, and he's totally getting his ass handed to him by Tucker. And his neck is just bizarre. I expected his head to pop back and Pez's to shoot out.
Well, I'll tell you what, this next one is fucking weird.
You talking about the woman in black who's praying?
Yeah. Well, she's normal. That's why it's weird.
You're right. She does look normal. Actually, she looks like I'm the one who made this, and I'm just stepping out to say, please applause and tell me how wonderful I am because I have a vagina, and having a vagina, nothing I do is wrong. By the way, all men are evil. That's what I think she's
I'll tell
saying
you
right now.
what. Well, the next one made me reach for an imaginary gun.
Yeah. Is there something off with the perspective on this shot? Because
it looks like he's really tall and really ridiculously tall and ridiculously skinny for the size of its head.
it does. The way the lighting is, he looks like he's actually floating in the air, and his feet come to an actual point, and he's balancing there. And then he's got little horns on his head. What the? You know what? I think the left has finally given up any pretense and is just going around. Yeah, we know we're fucking evil. We're gonna put devil horns on everybody. Yeah, we're fucking. Praise Lucifer. Holy fuck. I can't wait to go to hell where demons will shit hot gold into my mouth.
And what's the bit we scroll down in the next photo, and they got a red tail coming out the back of their pants or something?
Oh God, we have a picture. No, we'd seen this one before. It's repeating.
It's seen in bugger.
Although this floors me. The title, Versailles goes punk wild with homie looks. Homie. You use that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. Homie. There's nothing homey about this. When I think homey, I think about home, where you come home and it's cold outside, so you get a blanket and you curl up near the heater and you get a little cup of hot cocoa, and it's an old blanket that you probably should have washed, but you didn't, so it has a weird scent to it, but you wear it anyways because it's big, thick, and comfortable, and you kind of just sit there and you wait for the cat to come by. That's homey. This is freaking nightmare bondage, freak. Okay, this is Larry Flint's id on crack.
Being the ignorant racist, the Aussie in this, when it says homie, I was thinking fucking gang colors and shit.
Or maybe homie as in homosexual. I think Jacob nailed that one.
Yeah.
Homie as in homosexual. Versailles goes punk wild with homosexual looks. My God, is that the new word for homosexual, homie?
Well, no. That's just a different dialect, you see, because, say in Australia we call McDonald's Maccas, and then you say Mickey D's, and Europeans will say something different. So, we say homos, and over in Europe they say homie. That's the story I'm sticking with.
Versailles creates Oprah Winfrey's clothes. You know what? I would pay good money to see Oprah Winfrey wearing the leather gimp bondage mask. I would. I will pay $100 if Oprah Winfrey will buy and put on that leather gimp outfit, the one with the black flying nun hat.
I'd pay $100 for her not to do it.
Oh, can you imagine them getting a crowbar to wedge Oprah Winfrey's rolling fat into that suit? Oh my God!
Hydraulic press.
This is about as homey as it gets. What the fuck do you mean homey? Versailles goes home. What home? What home? Where do you live? Where do you live if this is home? Like in the leather slaughterhouse in Chicago, train yards where they herd the cattle in, and then you hear the brrr, and out comes the other side, just sheets of cow carcass? Seriously?
Well, I don't know exactly where they live, but I wouldn't mind some of the drugs they take to get there, though.
I got to read this. During her Milan Fashion Week show, pillow plaids became suit jackets worn over archival prints in seafoam green, hot pink, and yellow. The effect was punk. No, that is not punk. No. There are punks everywhere who will murder you for calling this crap punk. None of this is punk. None of it. None. Okay? I know punks. I hung out with punks. I used to hang out with the fucking Kingsmen, which is an actual motorcycle gang in Buffalo. I know what a punk looks like. There's nothing punk about this shit. No. Deny. Resubmit in 90 days for final disapproval. Holy crap. That our two souls communicate with one another. You are on crack. You are delusional. Oh, God.
I'm just surprised they could dribble enough shit to make several paragraphs out of this.
It was a bling call. You don't get to use that word. That is not your word. Okay, you know what? I always think the cultural appropriation is bullshit, but in this case, no. This time, the social justice warriors are right. You should not be stealing culture by using the word bling. There's no bling in anything. Unless it's the sound of a crane hitting you in the head. Bling, and you're dead.
I'm thinking this might actually be the cultural appropriation thing. Well, homie might not be a typo because they do say bling as well.
That's true. It might not be homosexual. Although from now on, to me, whenever I heard that we are homie, I'm just going to think homosexual. Dancers busted a move. This is what happened in the 70s, where everything got ugly. It's the same thing.
Half the shit looked like it was from the friggin' 70s. I mean, like shit, like Tom Baker references, for fuck's sake.
Floral patterns and hypnotic repeating graph. No, there's nothing hypnotic about it. There's nothing that draws the eye and makes me go, ooh. You could not hypnotize with that, because if you tried to use any of these hypnotic repeating graphics, because nothing repeats, it's not symmetrical, there's no pattern. Okay, I would spend all my time looking there and looking at all the fucking flaws. When you want to be hypnotic, it's a repeating pattern that's soothing to the eye, not retinal scarring and going to give you fucking nightmares where you sit there and wonder, my God, is that suit going to jump off your chest and try to eat me? Oh my God.
Cocaine will do that to you, you know?
Oh, but just so you know, Giorgio Armani forswore using real animal fur in all of his lines. Thank God there were no real animals killed in all of this, you know, because it was genuine Naga hide. You know, all those Nagas we had to kill to get enough hide for this. And by the way, by Naga, I'm referring to a long snake with the head of a woman from India. Velvet worked for a day. No, Velvet didn't work here. Velvet gave up. Velvet went home and applied for unemployment. Dear God.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least they didn't bring corduroy back.
Well, Scott's collection challenged the gender conventions by being upfront about sexual predilections. The suggestion is that the videotape contained something X-rated, if anyone could find a VCR to play it. No, there's no suggestions here. That was fucking BDSDM bullshit. And it's part of the whole agenda to sexualize, you know, children, and to say it's okay for, you know, everybody to fuck everyone in the middle of the street and nobody should give a fuck because, you know, freedom and love of expression. And by the way, if you're a man and you're not letting your woman fuck anyone they want to, then you're just oppressing her. You know, it's so cool to be a cuck these days. I like being a cuck. I like watching my woman get boned by big, strong, muscly black men. Because that's my way of apologizing for, you know, 200 years when I wasn't even born, enslaving them. Please kill me.
The article does at least admit that quickly devolved into an SMS exploitation, complete with chauffeur silken whites, Sheila with the black bodysuit, and the music climaxes.
Yeah, I'd like the word climax. Yeah, because that one girl looked like the climax that happened for the music. Oh, God.
The edgy fashion statements. Like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of people in S&M clubs going, that's not edgy, that's actually pretty mainstream.
Wait, I think there was a picture we didn't get to see because it may have gone over the line, and I like this. His final look. A Siamese twin tuxedo jacket joining androgynous models at the tails.
No, we didn't see that. So
I did not see the tuxedo for Siamese twins, no. I think, obviously, it's nice to know there's a limit, that there is a point where they go, nope, we're not showing the Siamese twins. No. Because that reminds me of Hellraiser, where those two guys got joined together by the weird twisty thing. When Hellraiser likes to grab people and twist them into horrible monsters. Yeah, that's what I'm imagining. This is Hellraiser was the freaking designer here. I expected somebody to come out there with pins and their skull all over.
I'm more imagining it's designed for the gay couple that likes to be connected at the bum permanently.
Someone end these people. End this terror.
Well, I would just take away the murder laws, and I'll go ahead and do it.
They think they're trending. You know what? I hope. I pray. You know what? Because there's a whole bunch of really rich people who want a virtue signal who's going to buy these clothes, and then they're never going to wear them, but they're going to buy them anyways. But I want to see the day where these clothing manufacturers just implode. Where people finally go, what the fuck? Yeah, and just say, why?
Not a suit and it's connected by the bum.
He offered objects to sit on: a child's stuffed giraffe, a hoseless vacuum cleaner, stacks of disused video cassettes, sacks of flour, and whole wheat. Remember when I said that one place looked like it was a sewer that they were holding the walking in? I take that back. It looks like a 1970s abandoned nuclear shelter beneath a junior-senior combination high school out in the Midwest. And there were discarded... I mean, seriously, holy crap.
This looks like a shitty old warehouse to me.
Yeah, Her brand revolves around natural materials. There was nothing natural about any of that. That was unnatural. That's the sort of thing that, as a eldritch being, multidimensional, from beyond the pale, goes, what the fuck? Okay, seriously, man. Cthulhu it did not want to enter your universe just because of that. This is unnatural. Salmon pink and blue. Nylon jumpsuits. What is even an anorak? It sounds like some sort of like
an anorak.
Yeah,
nylon is a jacket.
Oh,
anorak is a jacket. You know, like the old nerds, how they used to be perceived, and they had this specific gold jacket, like the 80s nerds.
When you said anorak, I'm thinking something that looks kind of like a buffalo, but it lives in a swamp.
No, it's more like an Arctic parka, like one of those nylon puffy sort of jacket thingy kind of, yeah.
The rule, Rizzo said backstage, is that there are no rules. Well, you captured that. There were clearly no fashion rules whatsoever. There were no rules. There were no laws of reality. All of time and space was vomited up onto cloth and worn by these people. It was a nightmare. It was a disaster. It was a nightmare about a disaster. This, there is no number low enough to describe what I would give this on a scale of 1 to 10. It's more like on a scale of 1 to claw your own eyes out or sleep with Harvey Weinstein. I mean, holy fucking Christ. Wearing talismans around. No, those weren't talismans. Those were junk that I could find when I was looking through the as-in bin at the freaking Salvation Army. I'm sorry. I need to. I'm ranting way too much. This was just bad on every level. Do we have any final thoughts? I'm not sure if I even have the strength to do anything else after this.
It just baffles me that fucking people pay so much money for that shit. And shit.
Here's my final thoughts. All of these clothes, the people wearing them, and especially the people who designed them, need to be gathered together, pushed into a large building, and the building needs to be burned to the ground. Then we need to discover a way to reburn things. Reburn everybody and burn the thing that reburns things so nobody can find a way to reverse engineer and unburn stuff. Then, after all of that, I want to kill myself. Then when I die, my tainted soul will achieve whatever accursed afterlife it has. I will conquer whatever rules there, and from a throne of skulls, I will lash together an engine of fear made of bone, blood, and pain, and I will use it to bore a hole from that world back into this one. The first sign of my imminent return will be when the sun is blotted out by a giant black sphere, from which will burst forth 1,000 starving crows. Then, as I pry my way back into this world with tears of bubbling pitch streaming down my face, I will open 3 of my 7 mouths and sing the song that destroys the world.
Sorry, Bob, but the best I can do with the burning stuff is gasification. Can't get much hotter than that.
Let's move on.
Wow.
We made a mistake. Hawaii sends out a false missile alert. Holy crap.
Yeah. There's a bloke pushed the wrong button.
A false alarm that warned of a ballistic missile headed toward Hawaii sent the islands into a panic Saturday, with people abandoning cars in the hallway and preparing to flee their homes until officials said, "Whoops, my bad." Holy fuck. We made a mistake. For nearly 30 minutes, it seemed like the world was about to end in Hawaii, an island paradise already jittery over the threat of nuclear-tipped missiles from North Korea. Oh. What is there to say?
Whoops.
Everybody's cell phone statewide at just about 8:10 started saying in big capital letters, "Ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill."
So, do they actually have any bunkers over in Hawaii, or is it just sort of like, oh, yeah, we're just telling you, you're fucked no matter what happens. We just thought we'd let
Unless you're on a military base, probably not. I mean, you can't. What are you going to do? Go underground? The freaking island's made of basalt. I mean, maybe there's some, lava tunnels you could crawl into, but otherwise, yeah, it's pretty much this. The White House said it was purely a state exercise. Oops, false alarm.
Yeah, exercise. Bullshit. No, they fucked up. They should just come out and say, yeah, sorry, we fucked up. Because it's already out that they fucked up.
Yeah, oh my God. You know what's surprising me, though, is that almost nobody I know has heard of this. Like, nobody's talking about it. And I wonder why. Like, this thing should be shouted from sea to shining sea, but
you sort of really got to watch what you say when you sort of talking about countries being at war with other countries, even if like it's only for an exercise. For example, we regularly have exercises with our military and other militaries, and we have fake enemies like the Orange Landers or the Camarians. The Orange Landers are supposed to be Russians and the Camarians are supposed to be Indonesians, but we're not allowed to say Russia or Indonesia because that's actually, even if it's an exercise, it's technically declaring war on that country. Because you're actually saying that we perceive them as being the bad guy. Now, fucking... and guess what? I just fucking blanked out again.
Don't worry about it. I think the point is, though, I'm sick and tired of everything not being labeled correctly. You know how many times that you see like, oh, these are men from Asia. No, those are Middle Eastern men. They're not from Asia. I don't care that they're somewhere on the continent. They're from Middle East. So stop calling them Asian.
They're saying Eurasian. That's just a way of getting around saying Pakistani or Indian. That's mainly coming from England. That, getting back to the Rotherham stuff.
You know what? Here's the thing, though, too. Let's say a nuclear weapon did get launched at Hawaii. Go seek shelter. Well, the problem is that you might go seek shelter, and you're going to be, if you don't know where it's going to land, seeking shelter is not going to do you much good. Okay, because unless you know where to go to shelter, it's point. I mean, I guess other than that, it's like, turn off your vehicle and hide it under the back seat. You know.
Yeah, that's where I was. That's what I was going with. What I was going on with before. Yeah, they actually have to be really careful how they word it, especially like with this, because they basically said that the war has been declared when it hasn't. Now, by rights, if North Korea had found out that war had been declared in Hawaii, that would actually give him free reign to actually start firing his missiles. So that's part of the reason why they've got to be really, really careful about who knows and how much information comes out about this, because technically, yeah, America just went and declared war on North Korea. But doesn't really matter, because when that defected last year, there were 41 instances of the ceasefire being broken in that little instance alone. So
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, technically speaking, we are at war with them, but nobody cares.
yeah, but we can't really actually, like, we can't actually go around using these warnings, because technically these warnings are actually stating that you're now in a state of war. So even by America stating that, that basically is like all the gloves off for everybody else. Yeah. You're
All
probably
right,
in that region.
well, you know what? I'm going to save one story for last because it is clearly the most stupidest thing ever.
Yeah.
But let's hit something real quick. I don't know why this stood out to me, but Sweden, Zlatan Abramovich hits out at undercover racism in Swedish media.
Mhm.
Apparently, this guy was a footballer. You know, he played soccer. Sorry, and he's just complaining about them being racist against him. But the part that got me is this. I love this. This is a quote from him. Probably I'm the best player through history in Sweden. What I did, nobody else has done. The golden ball in Sweden? The best has ever won has had 2 of these golden balls. How many do I have? I have 11. I have 11 golden balls. That's the I read that, I said we got to include this. Because this man has 11 golden
balls. He has 2 golden balls. How many balls do I have? I have 11. I have 11 golden balls. I like balls.
I am my Brennan Abramovich, and I have 11 golden balls.
See, now, this is the reason why he's actually being targeted as being racist, because his name's actually Muslim Bosnian. It's Ibrahimovic. Ibrahim is actually a Lebanese, Middle Eastern type name, and Ovic is basically from the Balkans, like your Serbs, your Croats, your Bosnians, and all that kind of shit. So basically, his name says who exactly he is, and it's got nothing to do with just the race, because remember, boys and girls, Islam isn't a race. Yeah, they don't like him because he's a Muzzo, or he's got a Muslim last name anyway.
Well, I don't know, but anybody who's got the guts to go out and say I've got 11 golden balls, he deserves a slow clap. Anyway, let's get to the per cyclist.
Oh, yes.
Second to last, the cruel message cyclist received after near miss with truck. Now, look at this picture for everybody. Do you see where that woman is? She is in the road. That is in the road. She is not in the right lane. She's not in the bike lane. She is in the road. Okay?
Yep.
Now, she complained that, oh no, this truck almost ran me over when I was in the road. Okay?
Yeah.
And you know what? Then everybody piled on her for being a fucking moron.
Yep, and I fucking laughed my ass off reading these fucking comments, because I've seen these kinds of cunts a lot, man. Like I used to drive trucks in Australia, and fucking bike assholes do this all the time. I've had them duck in and out of cars. They just simply don't give a fuck. They have this attitude of, right, well, you're in the big armor-plated thing, you can hurt me, so you're the one that has to look out for me. And it's like, no, I'm in the big fucking thing trying to avoid everything else. You fucking look out for me, mate. I'm the one with all the protection. You're the one that's going to go splat. And yeah, they carry on like they own the place, and they don't even pay any fees to register their bikes or anything like that. So they're using my workplace for free, as far as I'm concerned.
Here's the part that gets me. She said the truck had every chance to change lanes. How do you know that? How do you know How do you know that on the side there, and by the way, I used to drive over the road truck driving, and if this is actually a series of trucks, as it looks like.
That's a B double. It's one prime mover and 2 trailers.
You do not make sudden movements. You do not casually change lanes when you are driving a truck that is normally just one trailer. Much less what? This looks like 2, maybe 3 trailers? Yeah, holy fuck!
There's a 40-foot trailer on the back, there's a 20-foot trailer in the middle, and there's the prime mover on the front.
He could have pulled over easily. Yeah, he could have easily pulled over, caused the whole thing to move like a frickin' whiplash whip crack, and frickin' like, jackknife fell over and like died and destroyed his cargo and maybe killed you in the process, because trust me, when a truck jackknifes, it goes everywhere. I mean,
well, this thing here would probably take something along the lines of about 250 meters to stop if you really, really had to. Because that's also on a busy highway too, so speeds are above 80 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, you cannot just move over a lane. If you do that, and God forbid, how does she know there wasn't like another car in the other lane, or somebody was riding alongside him and he's like, well, I can't move over because there's this other car here. I mean, holy fuck, you fucking cunt. You just goddamn selfish, self-centered, egotistical, probably feminist cunt. Because nobody else is that arrogant and self-centered.
And another thing is too, the law out here is that you don't have to ride on the road. You can ride on the footpath if you determine that riding on the road is unsafe. The thing of it is that these dickheads never ride on the fucking footpath. They don't know when it's unsafe for themselves. And even when they're told, they just get the shits with you. So, like, they're too stupid to fucking know when their own selves are in danger. And, yeah, it's everybody else's responsibility to think for these fucking idiots. But, here's
the part that really kills me. Here's the part that really kills me. Nothing bad happened. You got scared. Oh no, I got scared. He could have moved over and not scared me. Fuck you. Just die. Just die screaming, boiling in your own bodily fluids.
Yeah. Well, these bike arseholes are that bad. There was one night out at Cheyne Park. Got a call. There's an unknown fire down Stony Creek Road, and this is a fairly long road out the back of Cheyne Park. So they sent me and Vecchio out in the Cat 9, and like a Cat 9's a little 4-wheel drive with a little fire pack on the back. We call them a quick hit, a Cat 9, or a striker. Anyway, so coming down Stony Creek Road, and here's all these fucking bike arseholes, and they are all over the road. They're like, bloody 10 abreast across both lanes, right? And all I can see is this wall of arseholes sort of just jiggling backwards and forwards as they're pedaling along. Now, mind you, right there, this is like 3 a.m, so there's no real need to have the siren going at this point in time of the night. There's no traffic or anything like that, and there's no need to wake up the locals. But we had the lights going. So here we are, we're coming up with, the flashing lights going, and didn't even fucking take any notice. So, I've given them a bit of a burp on the electric air horn, and one of them's looked around, looked back forward, and then up comes a fucking finger. Oh, fuck you bastards. And they all went fucking flying out of the road, and they even fucking made a complaint that I almost fucking ran them down on purpose because they wouldn't get out the road of a responding fighter truck.
You could be somebody could be about to die, and they flipped you off.
Yep, they don't give a fuck.
Wow.
Even in front of a responding fire truck, they couldn't give a shit.
Well, that's because they're biking and they're saving the environment and they're so much better than you. You're driving this diesel-eating thing that's killing the environment, and you horrible person, and you're masculine too. So you're masculine and you're driving a diesel vehicle that's destroying the environment. Think about the children. You should be biking to the fire. Anyway,
but moving on. While they're delaying me from getting to the fire with this evil diesel, the car that's burning is still releasing all these noxious chemicals and gases and shit while they're delaying me from putting it out and stopping it from happening.
And Anyway, moving on, final story, just because if you thought nothing could be worse than those clothes or anything else we've talked about, this one will make you truly want to die. In Sweden, hundreds of refugees' children gave up on life. This was from, I forget what it was. I think it's the New Yorker. But here, let me just start off with, the Swedish word give up in action syndrome. Sounds like what it is. A syndrome in which children have given up in life. Apparently, these children who are refugees have no way of predicting how their future is going to be. So these children, they just lie there, and you have to feed them and clothe them and wipe their ass and shit.
No, I know where this is coming from. This is our fault. Sorry, guys. This is the work of a fucking senator we got out here called Sarah Hanson Young. And when we had all of our immigrants in the bloody centres and shit, the migrant centres, she was causing a heap of trouble with them. I've done a few videos on this woman too. It got to the stage where even like the border force guys were refusing to let her into these places because all she was doing was going around telling all the immigrants how to act up and misbehave so that they'd be moved different places quicker. Now she came out with this one bloody story, right? There's this 5-year-old girl from I can't remember where, but somehow this 5-year-old girl who doesn't know what the hell's going on was knowledgeable enough to be depressed to the stage that she had the forethought to find inside of a detention center a handful of razor blades, and then had the forethought to, I can eat these and then put myself out of my misery. No, sorry, 5-year-olds don't come to that fucking conclusion. So what you'll find here is this is a bit more of your bleeding heart, fucking tear-jerking, heartstring-tugging bloody, oh, look at these poor little children. This 4-year-old is clinically depressed. They've told us all about it. We've fully diagnosed them and all this kind of stuff. They've even resorted to trying to source out nuclear weapons so they can kill themselves and their family, properly, and all this outlandish shit that 4-year-olds can't even think of. But somehow they happen to do this with places that have no education and like internment camps and shit.
Here's the part that kills me. This freaking illness, give up syndrome. The term is learned helplessness, you fucktards. Okay? Look up Skinner box, you morons. But that all aside here. The children, by doing this, allow their families to stay in Sweden. Now, okay, one, there's no statistics in this. Two, the part where she goes, there's this one boy, what was it? I met a boy that I didn't write about. Well, you're writing about him now, so you did write about him, you fucking contradictory bitch. But, supposedly these children are completely helpless right up until the point where they find out they're going to be staying, and then suddenly they're magically revived and come back to life and everything's great. Here's the thing. If you actually look at the statistics, it's between 70 to 90% of all immigrants into Sweden are of fighting age males.
Yeah.
So all this bullshit about children, I don't believe any of this. I don't believe a single shred of this. I want pictures. I want actual real doctors, and I want an actual diagnosis from something because.
I'm telling you now, it's bullshit. I'm telling you right now, it's bullshit because they tried the same fucking crap to us out here.
How is? I mean, my God, is this the death of Sweden? Like, I know that we talk about it, but if this sort of crazy shit is going on, where they're actually buying this whole, the kid is like in a coma-like state, and all of this crap, which is nothing more than propaganda. And, we've all seen that video where they go, it's up to native Sweden people. They must adapt. This isn't your country anymore. If you wanted to get me pissed off, to make out a commercial where you tell me it's not my country anymore. All right. But that said there, when does Sweden go into full-blown revolt? When does Sweden, when do we have to start accepting refugees from Sweden? That's my question. Because this is crazy.
I don't know, but I'm just wondering when, we're going to have to go and take the place back by force.
Oh, no, they can go fuck themselves. If you really want to give up your country, you give it up. But we need to, the people who live there, come to America. If you're hearing, come to America. Because we need hardworking, real people. You can, unless, of course, you're one of the fucktards who thought the immigrants coming in your country was a good idea, then you can stay with them. Okay? You can stay there.
Eventually we'll have to do something about it, especially if we do something about Islam in general. We're going to have to fucking go into Sweden just to remove the virus.
Nah. I know what you're saying here, but I don't think we need to do something about Muslim in general. All you need to do is say, stay where you are. Okay? Live your own life, and if your way of life is better than ours, you should defeat us. But it's not. No, the way of life, the only reason that the way of life of Sweden is dying is because the people in Sweden, for some reason, believe it needs to die. And I think, honestly, to be honest, I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself here because it's really late and I'm tired. I think that the communists in Russia created this long-term plan to unstabilize, Western countries, and they set it into motion. And the problem is then they collapsed. So like a zombie, this plan of theirs to destabilize the West is still going on. And it's, all these educated people are still, all of these, professors have, they're all woke and they bought the bullshit. And it isn't until this completely fails and people can actually honestly go, communism doesn't work.
Well, it's more got to do with Europe in general, because they've never had their shit together. Just in the last 100 years alone, there were two major conflicts fought in Europe, like the entirety of Europe, and that was two dirty, great big conflicts in the space of 30 years.
And I will admit, they did scar them. Like the World War II, especially with Germany, it basically made the German people feel ashamed about everything. They have no pride in themselves. They think they're horrible people. It's like they still believe in the Übermensch, except because they got their asses handed to them, they said, you know what, there is the Übermensch, and it's not us. We are the losers, and we are the ones who need to be exterminated. They're still philosophically think the same thing they always did as Nazis. It's just they determined that they're the ones who need to be all killed.
Well, it's not so much that. It's more like even if you go back before.
I noticed. Yeah.
World War II, World War One. The Prussians and the Austro-Hungarians and the Poland even had their own bloody kingdom at one stage there, and fucking none of them could get along. And none of them have been getting.
Hold on one second.
Hundreds of years.
Farty, you're starting to robo a lot. It was a little bad to begin with, but now your connections are getting really bad. I don't know if there's anything you can do about it. I mean, this is the last topic. We should probably wrap it up here, but because it's 1:30. But
yeah.
But the robo thing is gone off the charts here. Anything you can do to anything you can do to get it to fixed, or you don't think so?
Probably not. Not at this stage without tinkering, anyway.
All right, gotcha. Well, why don't we wrap it up here? I mean, I think this has been an okay stream.
Why not?
Although, you know what? We've got to find more of this fashion crap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We've got to do that again because that was priceless. We would have just the fashion stream. But at any rate, let's wrap it up here.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it drunk too.
Okay, Jacob. You know what? That is a great point. I'm going to point this out. Yes. Out of all the hated characters in all the Star Wars movie, Jar Jar Binks actually was more important to the plot lines than Snoke. Let that sink in. Any rate, I think that's a great final point. You got any final words, Farty? That works for me. It's been real and it's been fun. I hope it's been real fun. And everybody, I hope you have a pleasant day.